Riley S.
How are you doing that?
Levi, I'm going to let you take that one.
What's
You'll
happening?
see it.
I saw it. I was reading it. That's why I said.
All right, we are live.
Hey.
Live.
It's Thursday.
Hey, guys.
It is 3:02. Well, this says 3:04 now. So
It feels good to be back.
This has been a
here.
very fast
Yes.
day, honestly.
Yes.
What did we
flew
do
by.
today? We had a meeting, then we had another meeting,
I think
we washed my truck,
we're downplaying
then
the fact
we
that
cleaned
this
our
is,
offices, and then we had a meeting, and now we're live.
this
It
is the
all
first Q&A in
happened.
two weeks.
I
Yeah.
know, but that's what I'm saying. It's not only
The people
first
are hungry.
Q&A,
Oh my
but this
God,
feels like
Dane.
the first real
Wait,
work
can we
we've done
introduce
all
our
day.
friend
No,
here
no.
first?
So
No, nobody recognizes
Let's
this
address
guy.
the elephant in the room.
Dane's not even here yet. So
yeah.
No, we have
we're,
some sort of
sure. An
filler,
elephant.
some
Why,
sort
thank
of
you.
great value look-alike
Yeah.
or something
Ladies,
like that.
it's a Kroger special.
ladies and gentlemen,
Private selection Dane.
No.
ladies and gentlemen, Corey Hennen has come into the house to join us today.
Yeah.
Corey, welcome.
Well, this is definitely not the way I wanted to be introduced on the show, but we don't really get to choose things
Dane
in life, do
sneezed
we?
and I got all his beard.
Yeah, wow.
I just
yeah.
had
it
two,
all
and then it
fell
just
off
like
of him.
transferred. So
Dane, you look like
That's
a young John Goodman.
I feel like this is going to turn into that scene of Deadpool where they just kind of ad-lib a bunch of
I'll
insults
just call
for
him
what
Sugar
his
Bear
face
from
looks
now
like.
on.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
We
Like
can do that for sure.
Like a
Just like-
topographical map of Utah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, so
We have a lot going on, so
A
we're
lot
back.
of questions.
We're back from SEMA. We know we have a lot of questions. We've introduced something new to. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what the heck's going on.
A lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of
What
people
is
are
this?
wanting to know what's happening, what's on this table, what's in front of us, and we're here to answer a lot of those questions. Maybe not all of them, but most of them, because we're really excited for the new line that we're
Yeah,
gonna be
so those of
distributing.
you that didn't actually get to make it out to SEMA, one of the things, or maybe you watched a lot of YouTube videos and
Yeah.
you saw a logo and you were like, what is that?
What does that
Or
mean?
maybe you're a live Q&A fan and you recognize the logo. So the brand is Wowo's, based out of Glasgow, Scotland.
Yeah.
They're good friends of ours, and we are now the primary North American distributor for Wowo's.
Yeah,
So,
Correct.
Absolutely.
it is a new brand we're bringing on, just like how we have PNS and Optimum. The difference is because we are the primary, meaning we're the ones
Yep.
that were kind of responsible for them coming to the
Yeah.
U.S.
The home base here.
That's how we're able to bring them to SEMA with us.
yeah,
and,
Casima's
and
really
show 'em.
strict about that.
The cool thing about this is all these products are going to be available when, Anthony?
December 9th.
So December
Wow.
9th on the Rag Company page, they'll be available for purchase, and they will also be available through our entire distributor network around the world.
Yeah.
So another great,
yeah.
another
little
great
bit.
thing that we get to do is where you see TRC, you can buy some Wowo's, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Boom.
Yeah.
So really fun line. We're really excited about it. Something Anthony and I have been working on, because you don't realize what it takes to get an entire chemical line to the United States. And-
One or two products is pretty easy. When you get 17 of them, it gets a little challenging.
Yes.
You might say it was a little bit ambitious.
It took us
but
18 months.
Yeah.
And about 1 year of that was just getting all the logistics of everything figured
Imagine
out.
how
So-
hard it was keeping a secret for 18 months.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Knowing what we're
Just letting
doing.
you know
Yeah,
that.
no,
and-
we are
and having to
very
keep it on the
public. We're
DL.
very transparent. We like to
Or-
talk with you guys,
or-
and it's frankly, it was near impossible to keep this secret.
Or playing
but-
dumb when Wowo's would jump in on the
Yes.
Yeah.
He really had to
Yeah.
play dumb, and he just loved like popping
He
in
knew,
there.
he
like,
knew
"Oh,
we
what's
couldn't
going
talk
on,
about
guys?"
anything, so 'cause
Yeah.
he couldn't talk about anything either.
No.
So
Yeah.
it was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this has been definitely a very well-kept secret,
Yeah.
but something that we are extremely proud of, extremely excited for. We've put so much like blood, sweat, and tears on both ends of things,
Yeah.
right? Everywhere from Scotland to here, we've just really been trying to get this prepared for the U.S. market and everywhere else. And so we will kind of cover over some of these products here, but feel free to ask about them.
Yeah.
We will answer questions about them. We will try to give people the best answer we
and
can.
It's all right if you don't know the names yet. That's okay. You can just say, "What's that yellow
Yeah,
bottle? What's
yep.
that?" And you can just point it out, and we'll talk about it. Just
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
free to ask questions. But once again, This is detailing Q&A. We're open to whatever detailing questions
Dane,
you've got, so don't worry about it. If you have other
after an
questions, this
hour-
is not a Wowo's exclusive.
After an hour, this is probably
There's
going to
only
get pretty
so
weird.
long.
We
Yeah.
only stay with detailing for so
We
long
only do
before
it
it
for
starts
so
getting
long.
kind of crazy.
Great question.
Well,
just a
some
great, I
commenters
wanna
don't
do
seem
this.
to like that very
Great,
much.
great
so.
question. Private selection, Dane.
Yes.
Dan Pfeiffer, word up from frozen Minneapolis. Hope
great
you
value,
all,
Dane. I'll have
great
you know.
value, Dane.
Great value. Yeah. Ours
I am a
cola
great
Dane.
value. I value myself greatly.
Kroger Dane.
Kroger Dane.
Signature select day.
Signature
Oh,
select,
Jesus.
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
signature select Dane actually sounds pretty high end.
What is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Equate.
Well, when you drive a Jag.
Equate.
Equate date. Oh, God.
Oh, we love Equate Dane.
Oh, it's
Oh
good
my
stuff.
Just
He's
call me
almost,
Premier
God.
Protein.
yeah. He's almost as good as EU Dane.
Oh, yeah. No,
EU
well,
Dane
that's...
is a little harsher, a little rougher. He's like
Yeah.
uncut.
To balance it
You
out,
know,
I think
Dane is
EU
like a
Dane
good
has to
mix.
drive an American car.
Not possibly.
EU Dane
Because
has
I
killed
drive-
somebody.
EU Dane has killed somebody and is not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, Dan Pfeiffer says, word up from frozen
Yep.
Minneapolis. Hope you all had a great SEMA trip. We did, Dan. Thank you. Kyle House stopped by, brought us many treats and snacks
Yes.
while we were working at SEMA. Kyle, thank you guys for stopping by. That was amazing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Kyle says, oh, the funniest thing I saw at SEMA, chemical guys wanting $20 for their T-shirts at their booth.
They were selling.
They were
I'm
selling
pretty sure
t-shirts
you
at their
can't
booth.
sell
I don't
things
think
at
so.
SEMA.
Good
You
for
can't
them.
do that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's
Rectangle
interesting.
says SUWOOP. Rectangle
Must
then
be
says,
an acronym.
welcome back, TRC crew. Man, what a long week it was without you guys.
Aw.
Yeah, dude.
Missed
No,
you
it,
too.
it went by really fast
Yeah.
did.
for us. But it was a very long week. We are all still exhausted from it. And I've been reading lots of reports online about all the people coming back with flu, pneumonia,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Lots
So-
of people did.
We are lucky that we pounded a lot of vitamin C before we left.
not what I did
Anthony
at
our
all.
was eating
operations
dirt.
manager was not so
I
lucky.
ate
Anthony
dirt.
was eating
Yeah,
dirt
he-
in the backyard.
Drank out of a garden hose, and I spent a lot of time licking the handles at Walmart shopping carts.
Oh,
To build
I
my
remember we
immune
stopped
system.
by
I got
there.
you one better. Go and lick the door handles on the actual
Was that what you were
access
doing,
doors.
Dane? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
you gotta
how
look
Dane's
out for
staying.
that.
He was
No, yeah,
licking
I
door
was
handles.
just when I
Living
was
life
meeting people at
dangerously.
SEMA and shaking their hands, I was
Ding.
shaking their hand and then licking the top of their hand. They're like, "That's
Okay.
kind of weird."
Wow.
And I said,
okay.
I remember that.
I
I
said-
thought it was very. That was like weird flex, but okay.
I said, Matt Mormon, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to build up my immune system, and he was really freaked out by that.
And this
I think he was too.
conversation
He
right
just
here
wanted
is
to
the
tease
barrier
it.
that separates the true fans from the folks who go, "I'm out."
yeah, exactly. Thanks for hanging
Again,
around.
great
The
job.
view count drops
Equate
to
Dane.
6.
All right.
Right.
Hans says, hey, what's going on, people? Glad you're all back. Thanks, Hans. We missed you. Elevated Shine, welcome back. You know what they say, Dane? A guy who doesn't have a beard also breastfeeds the baby.
Is that
So,
a thing people say?
Yes.
Apparently.
It is
So,
now.
it's a good thing I've got
Not
a
so sure about
massive,
that.
manly beard with a lot of gray and red in it. So,
Yeah, I don't remember when we
clean
traded beards. I don't remember having gray in it, so that's
clean
new.
and shiny car care. Hey, clean and shiny in the house. John was at SEMA with us and was killing it also. Kevin Swisher, family member of mine, I'm pretty sure from years, we're probably 4th or 5th generation back. I, too, am a
Wow.
Swisher. Says, welcome back. What are your favorite new products from other companies? We actually didn't get out that much.
We were like trapped in.
I'm
our own
excited about
booth.
the new PNS Chemtrol system.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love dilution tools. I used them in my shop. It was great. You go up, you fill up your bottle like it's a soda machine.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Made it easy, made it effective. It was one of the first things I installed in my shop when I moved in. So for them to be making it something like, really great for a lot of folks, even in their own businesses, is awesome.
That's
I'm
gonna
going to
be
see if I can
really
get
useful.
one installed at the MOS HQ.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So anybody else? Anything new you saw?
I mean, that one sticks up there.
Yeah, I saw a lot of new things. I mean, I don't know if it's detailing related or not detailing related.
go
but,
for it.
Can.
But I was pretty pumped on George, the stuffed.
Augie's been sleeping
Bigfoot.
with him every night.
Really?
So, Dylan, if you're listening to this, we need a large care package filled with mini Georges for
Yeah.
this
Ooh.
TRC team. And I need an extra one because Hadley's arguing.
Yeah.
fighting
So
over it.
no, I mean, there's always so many crazy things. I mean, the booth next to us was pretty cool. They had spoilers. They were adjustable spoilers, right?
Oh,
but with a
yeah.
hydraulic system to where basically
Active arrow.
active arrow, and it basically you can do air braking and all that stuff. And that was right next to our booth.
Yeah.
And
I
that
can't
was
wait to get
super-
one on the Elantra. I'm very excited about
Absolutely. And then what I also
that. My
love
favorite is going to be the active arrow
people
braking.
a lot of people aren't a fan of forged carbon, but I love all of the new forged carbon bits that I saw there.
I
at
do too.
SEMA.
I think it looks great.
I think it looks pretty badass.
It looked good in
Jimmy,
Freddy's car.
Jimmy thinks it's
Yeah.
ugly, but I'm like, you're wrong. You don't know.
Jimmy's
Well,
18 years old. And
some
doesn't
people-
know what-
some
He's not
people
fully
have a-
developed.
Yeah, he
They're
wears sweatpants to
developing
work.
their taste. Although some people came in and said, "Oh, that looks like a kitchen countertop kind of thing."
I'm
so
cool with that.
it's
That looks like
basically
granite.
trying to
Granite
figure out
means
like
classy.
what's
Granite's
funny though is that
Expensive
granite
and-
granite is the opposite of a lightweight material.
Yeah,
so
I know,
it's
but that's
kind
why it
of
looks so badass.
maybe it's more fun because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd
I
like
like
to be able
that.
to cut some
There you
strawberries
go.
on
Tell
that.
people it's
Drawing
great.
So-
conclusions.
Yeah.
Let's
Great.
moving
All
on the
right.
list here. Clean and Shiny Cark here says, I thought I would pop in to see Dane's beard antics.
Yeah.
Well, lack of beard antics. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you
Nice,
got beard
Dane.
antics with Levi. That's what you got.
I trimmed mine last night, and I didn't cut myself like Dane. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
my mistake cost me my entire face.
Yeah.
So
Looks very
Wow.
similar to a Wallace and Gromit character.
and this is why I have facial hair.
Dane, you should
because
have just taken
without
the
it,
day off. You should have
feel
just taken the day off.
just
Dane. You could
so
have called in
exposed.
sick.
Dane's like, I got to
It-
grow this out
it
in
is a
5
security
days.
blanket for my face, and when it's gone, it's a scary world out
Dane,
there.
Dane is very naked at this
Yes.
point.
I'm
So
kidding, Dane.
much.
We love you. All right,
I'm bearing my soul,
No.
folks.
so JR007 says, welcome back, TRC crew. Question, what is the easiest way to remove spots, likely from some chemicals on front inside windshield? Polishing is not an option. On the closeness to the dash, thank you.
Get yourself like a scrubby pad, like you clean dishes with,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like a little green Scotch-Brite, and you can scrape the inside of your glass with that, and that should help remove it. You can just use a glass cleaner or O&R, and that should handle it just fine. So,
Done.
all right, Riley S., welcome back. For those of us that couldn't go to SEMA, can you tell us about the upcoming Gauntlet towel and why you like
Good
it?
question.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's more here,
Oh,
too.
there's
Oh
more.
my
Whoa,
God.
we
We're going to
jumped
get
a
sick
lot.
here. All right. So,
Oh, yikes. Fraser's
That's good. Stop it right there.
Woes is
All
in
right.
this chat.
So,
Hopefully he
Riley,
doesn't
we're going to get back to that
spill
Gauntlet
the
towel because I want to
beans.
get
Gone
through
but
some
not
of the bait
forgotten.
addicts, and then we'll answer your question on the next ones. So, Future Prison, every time I saw you guys at SEMA YouTube vid, I waved. Oh, saw you guys on a SEMA YouTube vid, I waved.
Aw.
At the
Appreciate
video?
that. We were on a lot of videos, a lot of SEMA videos,
We
which
popped
is nice.
in.
So,
Yeah.
I enjoyed popping
we
up
probably
in
weren't
Total
on all
Strangers
of them,
videos
but
where people
we
didn't
were-
know who we
yeah.
were, but we
So,
appeared in it
just
anyway.
imagine us waving back to you.
yes.
Bait Addict says, also, my partner said she commented on the Gauntlet Instagram post saying she needs to get this for me. She checked to make sure her Instagram was private to ensure my identity would not be discovered.
Oh man.
The commitment is real. It's
So
good because I
careful.
saw that and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, and then I clicked and it was private. So I think I
Wow.
requested her as a friend, but
See,
Why?
Maybe
he
not.
doesn't want us to discover him as much as we don't want to discover him. Like, I don't want to accidentally discover Bait Addict and say,
I don't either.
What if you
We've-
find out it's
'cause what if-
someone you actually know and they're just playing
well,
a
they live
role?
in Canada, Dane. I don't know
Well,
anybody in Canada.
Well, I mean, how can you be sure they really
Yeah.
live in Canada?
the Bait
Could be
crew,
fake.
we're all
Yeah.
Bait Addicts here.
yeah. Well,
We're
and
all
you know, the Baiter's anonymous.
Baiters and on.
So,
okay.
all right. Riley S., when new towels come out, do the factories come up with a material idea
Don't do that again.
and you guys find the best use, or do you guys come up with the ideas to give to the factories? I
Have at it,
ask
Levi.
because I saw Microfiber Madness debuted a similar towel to the Gauntlet at SEMA. So, great question, Riley. So, here's the best way I can describe it. Sometimes, in the case of many of our towels, we, the three of us, and Morgan sometimes, and Jeff, the owner of the rag company, come up with some ideas of what we think we could do with one of our towels.
Mhm.
There's certain stuff that we come up with, then we tell the factory, here's what we want. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do this. This is where, can you do that? And they say, yes. They send us a sample. We try it.
Yeah.
And then we go, maybe we do this. So in the case of our mitts and things like some of the stuff like that, some of our bigger drying towels, like the double twist dress, stuff like that, we have kind of fixed and changed stuff that we saw potential in the original sample, and then we've flipped it around and done some things.
Yeah.
In terms of other products, yes, the factories do send samples.
They're
Now-
like, this is this new material.
yeah, they're like, what do you guys think? Could you use it? Now, there are hundreds of samples that we receive where we turn them down.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
one
never
that
see the light of day.
Anthony's like, does not, Jeff teases him with, that he's going to bring out.
haunts me.
And you know, we'll drop it as a joke, like, oh, Anthony, you sure you don't want to pull at this fabric? So so there are ones that don't even see the light of day that we get, and we're like, yeah, well, I don't know what we're going to use this for or what this could be for.
Well, and you got to actually use it in the real world to figure out, like, it looks like it would do this, and then you discover through testing it that, oh, it doesn't do what I thought it would. However, I did find out it works really good on this particular kind of material, the surface, whatever.
Well, there was a drying towel I was using for months that I really liked the weave of.
Yeah.
Anthony didn't.
Hated
Right,
it.
yeah, no, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
And I loved it. I'd use it, and I was like, man, this is a really good towel. But
worst.
Anthony said,
aesthetically,
no,
it's
I don't like it.
interesting. Functionally, I understand you see purpose in it, but I'm with Anthony when I look at it. Like, there's just something that doesn't feel right to me. I'm looking at it, I'm like, eh. So, to answer the question, because I know this comes up in people's heads a lot, they think, oh, a lot of these places, they'll just look, a factory will offer them something, and they'll just take it right off the shelf. That is not what we do.
No.
That is not how this functions. They will offer us a particular material saying we're basically creating this material.
A lot of it's very
Do you have an
prototype
interest in it?
Yeah.
And it's at the base level. It's like it's like a scrap, and they're like, okay, so this is what the construction, the weave looks like. Now, do you have any interest in developing a towel out of that? And that's when we go into, okay, we can adjust the GSM, the border, all these other factors
we can
go
adjust
into
the
it.
blend. We can adjust a bunch of different stuff
And
to
it's
make
not
it
as
fit in
simple
our
as
line.
changing a paint job. It actually has functional differences when you do that.
And so I know what you're saying. So Microfiber Madness did debut their towel called the Squirrel.
The chipmunk.
The chip.
It was a chipmunk.
It's
it was
the
a
chipmunk.
They
chipmunk.
literally
It's
they called it the
okay,
chipmunk.
the chipmunk.
And then we developed ours called the Gauntlet. Now, we have been testing ours for almost 6 months.
Yeah. It's not new to us.
We've already approved the design. We've already approved the materials and our blend and our weave and all that stuff. And then what we have done is, now, one thing that there isn't is a copyright on a towel, so to speak, right? Like there's like an exclusive or color, style, things of that nature. You know, that's why like Ian at Auto Fiber has some blue and orange plush towels. But his are a different weave. His are a different blend.
If you're dealing with like a terry, that's such a common one. There's no way you can do that.
You can't copyright that weave. No. So on certain towels, there is no. You can't do anything. We can't protect ourselves on stuff. Other towels,
there's generally not IP with towels.
Right. Other towels, there are IPs, and I'm not going to say which ones have it, which ones don't. But there are towels that we, as a company, do carry the protection for that. And there are towels that other companies carry protections for. But bottom line, we've been working on ours for about 6 months, and ours will be available in 4 different sizes January 1st.
Yeah. So you're
That's
not
when
just
we're gonna be
looking
launching
at
the Gauntlet.
one. There's actually several versions
4
of
different
that'll be
sizes,
available.
12 by 12, 16 by 27, 20 by 24, or 20 by 30, and a 30 by 36.
Yeah,
Big old.
That's what we're making. So
But
4 very large towels, and ours is very different and unique in the way that we made, we structured ours. Now,
so straight up,
as to the Microfiber Madness towel, I don't know anything about it other than what they've posted on social media. We never got a chance to make it over to their booth to look at the towel.
all I know
so I don't
is
know what
there
they're-
are people who went over to their booth, felt ours, and said they felt different. I'll leave
Yeah.
it at that.
Yeah.
But people did say they noted there was a definite difference in the way
And
each
if it
one
makes
felt.
people feel better, they're already on their way. I mean,
Yeah, ours are already.
They're
yeah,
already.
We'll have them. We'll have samples here, like for our distributors and stuff.
Yeah.
Within the next week and a half. I do know that ours will hit market first, and I don't know when they said their timeline's springtime. I don't know how they do theirs.
So it's not like one person released it and the other person was like, let's pull ours out too. It wasn't really like that.
It was one of those products we were planning on bringing to SEMA.
This
just
is
like
one of
was.
those questions. It's good to ask. It's fair. And, there's not a lot of manufacturers who would actually tell you that.
Yeah.
That's the reality. And that's why
Yeah.
we do things the way we do, because we want to be real with you. So that's the way that works in this particular instance and in some others, but not always.
But that's just kind of a little bit about it, Riley. The point is, it's a mix of both. We create different towels for our purpose and our necessity and things that we see. And then there are times where the factory gives us a sample and we go, wow, that was a great idea. How do we utilize it and where can we find it, make it work? And other times we go, yeah, that's no thanks. So there's a lot of different variables there. So anyways, going on to Hans, who's the new guy That's not Trucker Dane, right?
No.
No, it's Equate Dane.
It's Equate Dane. Eco Green Detail. How's it going, guys? I don't know what to. Oh my gosh.
Worse.
It's what's he called, the ferret hunter?
Oh my God.
Ferret Hunter Dane.
Dane is not going to come back.
Yeah.
No, I'm never coming back. This is my last show ever. Sorry.
Eco
guys.
Green Detail. How's it going, guys? I don't know what to ask you. Haha. All right, Tim, scroll it down there a little bit. Riley's got another question. If you can, please. Hopefully
I
someone
didn't recognize Dane until he
spoke.
spoke.
Oh, well, thank you. I do
Nice.
have a distinct voice. That is true.
That's
That's
awesome.
not, it's not Dane.
Hopefully Tim's in his office and he can scroll.
It's just-
It'll be
No,
nice when we
nobody's
get the new
scrolling, nobody's
studio,
home.
and he's got a window he can look at.
I
Great.
will look through the comments on my phone just
well, by the
to
time you do
catch
that,
up.
it'll probably be
And-
him.
There he
Oh,
goes.
there he
There he
goes.
goes. I
He's
saw movement.
alive.
All
He's
right.
alive.
Always.
Rectangle says, "Wow, Dane." Oh, Rectangle's in love with you. Riley S says, "Dane, thanks for giving Levi your beard. That was very nice of you." Delphine says,
I hear it's
"Where
working
is
for him,
Dane?"
by the way.
Where's
Tonezors,
Dane?
hey guys, welcome back. Question: Can I use a Foam Pro 12 to pre-O&R rinse my car for winter garage washes? No, I'm not wanting to foam O&R. I just want to use it like my Multi 1.5 now. Yes, you can. Piano Yoga Wood, glad you're all black, looking younger somehow. It's because I grew a beard with gray hairs in it.
Yeah, that's how
It
that
came
works.
with it. That's nice.
Yeah. Stephen Wilson, welcome back, friends. I hope hanging with Freddie was fun. Any chance we'll see the Rag Company on Dust Ball Rally next year?
Oh, I wish.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Yes,
That
me
would
and
be
Dane
great.
are actually going to be taking his Jaguar
Oh, great idea.
and running that
Should
through the rally.
We should do the rap.
How insured am
We should
I?
do a rap with the Rap Institute and Justin Pate and get that thing looking TRC
Yes,
ready
That would be sick.
for that rally.
I would do that.
John says it was awesome to meet everyone. Dane, you rock the crew. Oh, you rock. The crew should treat you better.
Oh,
Levi,
thanks,
you're
buddy.
cool. Morgan, sorry, my friend, drank your water.
It's okay.
Whoa-ho's, wait, what are my products doing there?
That's too funny.
Oh, you flatter yourself,
John
sir.
Hill, Anthony, they say never meet your heroes. You're a bigger diva than Mariah Carey in the 90s. P.S. I want my gummy bears back.
So,
That was nice of you, John.
I
We
did
appreciate
actually. So I actually had to start airing those gummies out immediately after I got them. Everybody saw me open them up, and they're like, "What are you
Yeah.
doing?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"These need to sit for a couple days to get some stiffness, right? We got to stiffen these bad boys up." What was amazing was that the Sour Patch Kids and all of that. I really let those sit out for a while.
Very nice. Yeah.
Rock hard abs.
Rock hard abs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So Wowo says, this is kind of cool. Good, man. Glad you're enjoying that. Aaron's so-called life says, hello. Rectangle,
Hello.
what's your favorite polish removal towel?
Rectangle, you already know that.
Levi White, is Wowo's going to be in the store soon? Yes, December 9th. Adam Blackwell, great to have you guys back on the Q&A. Levi's face at Waxstock when the guy from Wowo's let it slip live on stage. Priceless.
Glad you caught that.
The best was that we had said we weren't going to talk about
Yeah,
that.
and then he went right up
Fraser
there and
just
said it.
had to say it.
But the
like
beauty
I
of
said,
that is,
our best kept secret.
Yeah.
see, the fun
We
thing
still
is,
kept it a secret.
American audiences, they didn't pay close attention to that. They totally missed it. So it worked anyway.
It worked out just fine.
Yeah.
So, Christopher Horton, Dane looks so different. Welcome back, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Danny
I don't know if
Farrell.
that's a compliment, but I'll take it.
Hey, guys, best solution ratio for 99.9% IPA. I don't think they make that.
No, I think I've always just ran 90%.
Just 100% alcohol.
Yeah, that's. I don't think they make that
It's just
legally.
pure
I don't think that
alcohol.
legally they can make.
It's they call that moonshine. I believe is what they call that.
Race fuel. All
That is
right.
race fuel. Piano Yoga Wood O&R toxicity. I bought my products inside the house from the garage, and my O&R gallon mix quickly evaporated. I have 3 dogs. Do you have any lidded bucket recommendations? Yes. So O&R is...
You don't have to worry.
It's safe. It's not going to hurt the animals. Everything with O&R is very safe. It is a polymer. So... But you can pour it out on your plants and on your garden.
You'll
and
just
it's not
have
going to
real
kill the grass
slick
or
insides.
anything like that. Your dogs are probably loving it. My dog was drinking some O&R the other day,
That's
too.
enough of that. Okay. No dogs should be drinking O&R
No.
or any D20
I am going to
chemical.
say that if they drank it, hopefully they're okay.
Flush
put
them
it this
drink,
way.
make them drink water.
But
They
don't let them
shouldn't
drink
do
out of
it.
there.
Nobody at all should do it. However,
one good thing you
if
can
it does
do-
happen, you don't have to freak out.
Yeah. Fun fact, you can pick up a Gamma Seal lid here at the Rag Company
Yeah.
for $10, and you can pop that on there. The dog won't get into it.
Thank God.
Or buy a small dog like mine who can't reach the bucket.
Remember, I'm disclaimer Dane.
you're
Yeah.
not.
Nope. Dane, you're a quake, Dane.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going down here. So, DJ
His
I'm
signature
just
select.
Count Jane.
His signature
Gold
select.
No.
Coast says, hello from Australia. Finally made it to a live session.
Thank you
Would
for
it be
joining
safe
us.
to use bead maker on a car that's vinyl wrapped in satin white? Absolutely.
Yeah, no reason
Absolutely.
not to.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. You can use bead maker on matte. You can use bead maker on pretty much everything. You just may not get, obviously, the full effect from the gloss enhancers. So, Sydney Gwen says, the SEMA flu is legit and is in full force over here. Well, let's go ahead and keep that over there in Hidden Springs,
Yeah.
Sydney.
Sorry,
don't bring it
Sydney,
over
Don't
here.
come
Don't
in.
stay
Don't
there
visit us.
Yeah,
until
don't come
later.
in. Hopefully you
But I've
don't
been
need
powering
anything.
through and catching up on details. Need many more days of sleep. So what is everybody getting? I think it was everybody that went to the glass parency parties who got sick.
Probably.
Yeah. So that's
So here's-
probably that.
So I will say I'm exhausted still.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had a low burn behind my eyeballs for the last week.
Really?
Just I've had headaches every night.
Yeah.
Like I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning and waking up at 6 is not really all that helpful.
Yeah.
So
Because of
I'm
Disney Plus, or
yeah, because of Disney Plus. I'm
It's
like
really
Kept
good.
watching
can't
the
It's
same
really
episode of The Mandalorian over and over
it's
and over.
very
Dane,
good.
shut up.
well, when you have a system like a theater system like I have in the MOSHQ,
yeah,
Mm.
you know,
Dolby surround sound.
I've got a
Yeah.
Dolby surround system
Wow.
provided by Yamaha.
Wow.
Actually, no, I bought it.
5.1.
It's 5.1. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Still.
Living like
and,
it's 2005.
72-inch Vizio
Yeah.
display.
Great.
Wow.
You know.
LED.
LED 4K.
Wow.
Really great system. You can pick them up at Walmart.
Yeah.
Great pricing.
Wow.
But when you AirPlay it from your iPhone to your television,
Mm-hmm.
looks stunning.
Wow. The
I mean,
Mandalorian specifically.
Mandalorian specifically
Wow.
looked
Yeah.
stunning. Couldn't find any flaws in the frame rate or the refresh rate.
What would you say
at
the
all.
frame rate was running on
Oh,
there?
easy. 4K, 60 frames per second. I mean,
Yeah, that's-
beautiful,
that's
crisp, clear,
about right.
loads of detail, just absolutely flawless.
Yeah, just
So-
great visual effects
Yeah.
and everything.
So I'm going to recommend that if you are going to watch The Mandalorian, you
Yeah.
should go out and buy yourself a new TV.
Yeah. Running 60K.
Running
yeah, 60 FPS.
and
yeah.
make sure that your TV is running at a 120 megahertz or 240 megahertz.
I have a
system.
240 and I absolutely love it
Right.
I'm
for
just gonna
video
sit here
and
and
gaming.
stew
Yeah,
on this.
that way
Yeah.
you got a nice refresh rate. Doesn't look weird. Doesn't
Yeah.
jar you out of. Dane,
Dane, what
did
kind
you
of
watch
what,
The
kind of-
Mandalorian?
what kind of TV do you have in the mailroom?
There is no TV in the
Not
mail.
as far as you know. Have you
In
checked
the-
recently?
In the living room, I have a 55-inch LG Plasma. It was new
Is that the one you
as
used
of
for?
2012.
Okay.
And it's been a really good TV. And it's not 4K, it's 1080, but the resolution actually looks really good for the size it is. And the actual like color representation is really solid. The black levels are
Crisp,
good.
yeah.
Everything looks awesome
I
on
have a
it.
button I can push and it changes to all my different
Yeah, you can have
Dynamic,
dynamic,
vivid,
eco.
calibrated,
contrast.
dark
But
calibrated.
in my case, and this
Game.
is why I like this TV, is it doesn't do
Sports.
any of the weird smoothing, any of the weird like sped up refresh rate, none of that crap. And yet, I tried watching The Mandalorian last night. I got through the episode and I enjoyed it for what it was, but it was so distracting. That higher frame rate playback was just ugh.
That's because you didn't have a TV that could handle it.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No,
My-
see, it
my
would look
iPhone-
better in 24 frames per second. It
My
would.
iPhone 8 was able to
Well,
handle it flawlessly
Dane-
while simultaneously broadcasting.
Have you tried getting The Mandalorian on Blu-ray?
That's not how that works. 24 frames per second is the cinematic standard. It has been since the golden age of Hollywood. Now,
Good stuff.
as far as that goes, I would highly recommend it if you want that cinematic experience. If you like playing video games and you like soap operas and other stuff with a higher frame rate, have at it, Hoss. But when it comes to
Keep saying
actual
soap
cinema,
opera, but I didn't know that. I didn't see any Vaseline.
it's called the soap opera effect. Is when it plays at 30 frames per second. That's a common TV.
Dane is
So
really
Dane-
passionate about
What-
this.
Really have no
so
idea what
Dane,
you're
what
talking
would you
about,
say
Dane.
Pawn Stars is shot in? Because I love that show.
Oh, see, that's the thing is, if I'm watching a show that's not meant to be
Yeah.
a movie, a cinematic thing, I don't mind 30, 60
Yeah.
frames per second. I mean, there was a movie that came out recently with Will Smith, Gemini Man, that was 120 frames per second.
Wow.
And a lot of people hated watching it in that format, despite Ang Lee, the director, wanting it to be that way. He wanted the high frame rate for the effects. But what it does is, when you do a higher frame rate, you see it in more of a real sort of way. It comes across as being cheesy as opposed to losing yourself in the immersion of the experience. 24 frames per second, since you're grown up with it, if you're our age, you're used to it. When you see something a higher frame rate, it looks like you're just watching friends in their backyard recording a home movie. Like, you lose the effect. It looks like people in rubber suits just playing pretend.
Does anyone else just watch TV shows and not think about the
again,
frame rate?
That's the problem. I'm a video editor. I can't not see that. It
I
drives
don't
me
think
nuts.
I've ever been like, oh.
Sucks to be Dane.
So, yeah, sorry.
So,
I'm cursed
needless
with
to
the
say,
knowledge.
Dane
Oh,
had a really
Jesus.
crappy night because he shaved off his beard on
Just
accident.
one thing after another.
And then he had to watch The Mandalorian like that in 24 frames on
I
a
wanted
on a
to like it
poor
so
television.
bad.
I mean, it was just it didn't get started all right. So Dane, I
It
hope
had
you have
good
a better
elements, and if I watched it in 24 frames
Yeah.
per second, I'd be happy.
night. So Sydney, I hope you get better. All of us literally have been pounding a lot of vitamin C, trying to get as much rest as we can. I don't
Yeah.
know how none of us are sick, but I'm taking tomorrow off to just hang out. So
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Kyle House, I'm excited for the new PS dilution system. Already first in line with my local distributor to get one. Can't wait. That's
Wow.
awesome. Michelle, Mary, hey friends, so glad I got to meet you guys at SEMA. When I got home, I got my order with the IK Foam 12.
Heck yeah.
Cannot wait to foam when I get back to Cali.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I
Absolutely.
hope she
Rock
enjoys
on,
that.
Sister.
I know.
She's going to foam that big green Challenger of
We're
hers.
gonna need to see some
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah,
for
it's going
sure.
to be dope.
She takes
Mark,
good pictures.
what
She
do you say
does.
about using 8,000 grit sanding and following up with a polish instead of a rotary and compound and a polish? Yeah, you could do that, but I'd probably go with a 5,000. Honestly, instead of 8. 8 isn't going to really
Eight's
get
almost
you much.
barely doing
you
anything.
think
You're not even gonna
most of
notice
these-
it.
Most of these compounds are able to pull out 1,500.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could go lower than that.
I just go, you could technically go 3, use last cut and possibly an orange pad on a long throw Rupes and get a lot of that out. 5,000, man, you're going to knock a lot. So you just got to be careful about some of that. But yes, it is technically faster and easier to sand than to compound.
9
Yeah.
times out of 10.
Sometimes.
So we
that's
got
all.
Aaron's Random Life, not to be confused with Rocco's Modern Life, says so many new products at SEMA.
Yep.
Too true.
Yeah, very true.
Tacticus 1978
That's a
said
testicus.
testicles. Oh, that's very mean.
That's what that said.
1979.
Hans says he wants a mini George. Rupes
Sounds
told him
about
they're
the
not
time.
for sale. Said, not cool, Rupes, to them. I've been crying for days now.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Hans. I'll have Augie send you a picture of him with his to get you through
I don't
it.
think
So,
that'll make it better.
Here's the deal. We know
He's gonna
Hans
steal
would
it
come
from
to the
your child.
U.S.
Oh.
just for that George,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? And I also know Luke would do that as well.
Well, Luke's already in the U.S.
Okay, so
Luke's
all right, so just
Is he, though?
so Luke can pop up at any time. That's the
He
scary
could,
part,
yeah.
right? So just be prepared for
Yeah.
that happening. So here we go. So David Timothy says, "Welcome back, team. You mentioned TRC Canada on the podcast this week. What or who is this?"
Fun, David. You just go. There is no technically TRC Canada. There are TRC distributors in Canada. We have 3 distributors and 1 dealer, I believe. And those are all folks who sell TRC products.
Yes.
One of the biggest is AutoObsessed.
Yep.
.com, and they sell a lot of TRC products. And it was Troy from AutoObsessed who was at our SEMA party.
Yeah.
So that's what we meant with that, by just saying like we had our biggest distributors of all these different countries there.
And
so.
I do believe we have some stuff on Amazon.ca as
Yep,
well.
and you can just go on our website, hit the distributor link, and you'll find where you can buy
Takes you right
all
there.
the products, by who's carrying them, and all that stuff. So.
Yep.
All right, Paul Foreman. Hey guys, what would be a good starter
No.
pack for detailing until I can get more customers and more money to more products? Thanks, guys. Well, that's a great one, Paul. So a good starter pack for detailing until you can get more customers and more money. So 365s or some of the car wash towels are great to start out with for microfiber.
Eagle 350s.
Eagle 350s are great.
Yep.
And then for products, I'd probably pick O&R, Power Clean, Car Wax, and OptiBond Tire Gel. Are going to be your 4 starter
Yeah,
pack
with all those,
kits.
I mean, you're
You
pretty
can
much
really
able to-
clean just about everything on a
Yeah.
car. So you could wash,
and,
you can
and
do
you'll
glass,
still
you
get the
can do
longevity
interiors,
too. Yeah.
you can clean carpets. You can do a lot with those 4 products alone. So
And then if you want to get deeper down the rabbit hole, then we have,
you can start
we have
adding
more to
yeah.
go. So
And if you're polishing and stuff.
we
we
got
go there.
Kevin Swisher says Kevin Swisher Sweet says, "Thanks for answering my question. Looking forward to buying a Gauntlet."
Yes.
Nice.
Awesome. We are too. Luke Berge in the house says, "What all Woes products can I foam?" Luke, in short answer, most of them.
Quite a few.
Yep.
Bait Addict says, "LOL, Baiters Anonymous." I think it's all a group that we've been a part of at least once in our life. Am I right?
Vader's Anonymous.
So, Elevated Shine, what does he say?
So he's saying,
It says, I've been trying to figure out who Dane looks like.
Haley Joel
Oh,
Osment.
no.
Oh, Dane, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's talking about the latter years, man.
Yeah.
He's talking about, like, in future, man.
Let's go ahead and pull up a picture, shall we?
Doing that right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment. So you're talking about Future Man. You're talking about the guy. You're talking about the guy that was part of Ending the World. Yep, that is the guy.
Yep.
Wow, Dane, can we actually put that next to his face, closest to me?
Nice. Yeah.
Oh.
You just yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that is.
How about that?
Spot? Well,
Oh, that is awesome.
Oh boy.
That's amazing.
And you wonder why I want to go back to the gym.
here we go. So Bait Addict says,
Dane.
also, you guys missed my first statement.
Oh.
Asked about the Gauntlet towel. What are the GSM sizes available? Microfiber Madness uses 2 types of twist loops, with one being more plush. I get exactly what he's saying, so I'm going to try to help you out here. So the GSM, that is a good question that I probably would need to go out of the office to go and double check one more time. I don't want to give you the wrong information.
Should be the GSM equal or greater to the double twistress.
Yeah, it's going to feel denser than the double twisters for sure, especially once it's wet. The sizes available, we talked about that. There's maybe 4 sizes. I'd rather give you the exact sizes when we can go out of the office and pull a sheet off the top of our head. I don't want
But it's 12-12,
12-12.
16 by
Yeah.
24, 20 by 30, and a 30 by 36.
And you're positive on that?
Positive on
That's
those.
okay.
I was key in developmental design
So-
of those sizes.
Yeah. So
Do you remember?
and then so the 2 types of twist loops, right? So here's the deal. Basically, what it is, it's going to be a twist, right? And then it's going to have basically a flared twist, or basically a I almost call it like a how do you describe that? It's like the twist has been cut open and it's been flared out
So
to create a plush
that-
It
pile.
feels closer to a circular knit weave at
Yeah,
that
the
point.
loop instead
So
of
going
going up
back
and
up,
over and coming
it
back
is-
down
it
and,
is cut-
and then
it
twisting,
is-
they're basically cutting the top of the
Yeah.
loop off, and so now you have the 2 fibers, but they're still twisted, and then they're just floored.
They're free flowing fibers.
It makes
what
them
they
feel
are.
incredibly soft.
So yeah, they are flared out. So basically, so yes, you're still having your traditional twist loop that has obviously the loop and the twist, and then on the other side you have that flared twist, and so it's going to alternate between the 2 of those. And what's kind of cool about that is that's going to give you that plush insurance policy, right, of having that plusher pile, but you're also going to still have the absorbency and the density of the actual twist loop,
Yep.
and so you're not getting. You're not losing any fibers in that. You're not losing any more density in that process.
Right.
You're still going to have just as much density, if not more absorbency, because of the way the flared twist will react with water and pulling that in. So it is a really cool concept. It's
And it is 70-30. It is going
used
to
it.
be
Yeah.
Korean. It is has our 70-30 butter soft suede edge on it. So
it's
got
like an
all the cool
ultimate
things.
premium.
And then it still has your diamond stitch pattern, just like the double twisters would have. So it is
ours
pretty
has the
awesome.
diamond stitch in it as well.
We call it the Gauntlet because it's like you threw everything at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it'll be I think we're coming out with a 2-sided.
Well,
colors.
we'll keep that.
So-
We'll keep that the exciting part.
tease.
It's a tease. So go ahead and hear.
Matt says,
Matt?
hello again from Adelaide, Australia. I actually missed a phone call from Matt. He called me at about noon today.
Aw.
So Matt, I apologize for that. We were washing my Suburban when that happened. I watched the Obsessed Garage TRC tour video yesterday. Wow. The company has grown heaps since my visit in 2013. I'm looking forward to podcasting with you guys. Yeah, Matt reached out. We talked to him about how we wanted to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll discuss later in the future when we can do all that. But if you don't know Matt Gibb, I've said it before. I'll say it again. He is a genius, absolute genius when it comes to paint and polishing and just detailing in general. The guy has been in the industry for close to 30 years and is a champion. Like just top level guy, really smart guy, and cares a lot about the industry. So we'll have him on, and he's in Australia. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
So Matt, sorry I missed your call, buddy. Bait Addict, TRC is definitely different as yours uses a terry loop twist weave and the eagle fiber, which is circular knit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what we kind of touched
Yeah.
up in the last thing. So it's not necessarily a circular knit; it's more of a like a flared twist. So
But the character is similar.
But it looks
Very
very
similar.
much. So it's almost like our eagle
Yeah.
and the twist got together and had a baby. That's kind of the same way as the Pluffle.
It's another like
Yeah.
blending, blurring of the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is technically a twist, so you are increasing the amount of surface area on that towel. So that
Yeah.
towel has the most surface area technically than any other towel that we carry at the moment,
And
based on just
extremely
what we've been
safe.
testing and using. So-
Scott Weaver says, so I recently had my wheels repaired for a few scuffs. My wheels are very well maintained. Yesterday I tried to clean them, and the brake dust would not come off with full strength brake buster. Any suggestions?
So
If it's like really baked in there.
So did you agitate them, Scott? Because you need to scrub it pretty good, too.
Yeah, if you didn't touch it.
So you need to get those cleaned up, and scrub all those, clean them, rinse them, spray it on again, or you may have to actually use an iron remover to remove some of that brake dust because it might be embedded in. So something like Ferrex or even, what was Fallout Remover would work great on that.
If you could only have it.
Oh,
This is
too
where
bad.
like
We have to
coating
wait
your
till
wheels.
December.
Coating your wheels is beneficial.
But yeah, coating your
yeah.
wheels helps prevent that. Remember, your wheels are ovens, basically. They get very, very hot. So a lot of stuff can get, concentrated and break, heat up there. So CJ Byrne, 27, with Levi's choice of hat and his glorious beard, he looks more like a distinguished gentleman who enjoys the fine life driving a Jaguar, not the prepubescent teeny bopper sitting in the middle.
Oh,
Well, you know,
As a man of 40 years, just shy of 40 years,
wow.
I'll take that as a compliment. And yes, this is one of my favorite hats. I wear it quite often. I actually wore it while seated in Jim White's shop, having a cup of tea with him on a nice English morning.
I
Yes.
loved that English morning. I was
was
sitting
great.
on
It
his
was
ATV,
lovely.
which was fantastic,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Also drinking coffee.
I had a cup of tea.
And
I had
it
tea
was
too.
Proper
just,
cuppa.
and he brought us biscuits.
That was delicious.
And we had
Right.
biscuits at Jim White's. It was
'Cause
really
when is he
nice.
not eating,
No,
am I
Perfect,
right?
perfect temperature out there.
Yeah, it was a lovely morning that morning. We enjoyed it. So
Here we go. So Dana Israel says, well, hello, welcome back from the land of lights.
yeah, it was a lot. of
Yeah,
stuff.
the light pollution is real over there, and so is the amount of clouds from marijuana smoke. Aaron's
So
says,
much.
new product on the desk, question mark, when is it going to be out?
December
9th, 2019. We got
Not
Mahed
too far away.
in the house. Mahed, we're going to need a translator.
Sorry, Mahed.
Tyler Andrews says, will TRC be the sole vendor of WOWOs in the U.S.? No.
No.
We won't be the sole vendor. We are the primary. So there are a lot of other distributors around the U.S. that are going to be carrying it. So just check out, what's the Instagram page?
Instagram would be Wowo's Detailing, right? And you can also follow us at the Rag Company Instagram.
Yeah, if you haven't been
for
following us
updates.
yet.
But
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are.
Oh,
trying
here
to
we
get-
go.
oh,
The translation, I am from Saudi Arabia and one of your followers.
Thank
Awesome,
you.
man. Nice.
thank you for joining us.
That's rad.
That's
Good
amazing.
job,
Tim
Tim.
got the
Thank you.
translation for
Awesome.
us. Luke Berge says, I'm trying to make burgers, but my grill is failing. Luke, what are you currently grilling with, and what is your Luke Berge grilling solution package?
Oh,
And what does it have to
TRC
do
Luke
with detailing?
grilling
What do
solution.
you have a grilling solution package?
do.
What is yours?
Oh, boy.
So I have what's known as a man grate.
Oh,
Really?
you got a man grate. That's
I've got
awesome.
2 man grates
Yeah,
on my barbecue grill.
yeah.
So what I like to do is it's propane. That's how I cook.
Propane
Right.
and propane accessories,
Right.
absolutely.
It's God's gas.
Okay.
So I use
Oh, yeah,
propane,
you
right?
what?
And then what I have is these man grates. They're cast iron, solid cast iron grates. They're about
Yeah.
2 inches thick,
Yeah,
about that wide.
yeah,
I heat those bad boys up.
yeah.
So I got to get those to temperature, but those do the actual cooking
Mhm.
of the food. So one of the fun facts is you never clean them.
Yeah.
So they're seasoned with everything else that you've ever made.
So it's kind of like
Wow.
stoneware.
Kind of. It's amazing. All I got to do is run a bristle over them every once in a while before I start, just to clean the cheese.
No
and
real
other stuff.
clogging or anything that happens on
No,
it?
no. Everything falls through the grates because it is grated, so
Yeah.
heat can move back and forth.
Is this
through
a
it.
covered grill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's a-
propane. It's a fine. It's one of the newest amenities at the MOS HQ.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Is a new propane grill. My old one I had for about 8 years. But
Great
what I
life,
did
yeah.
was I took my, 10 years actually. I took my man grates and transferred them to the new unit.
You were able to do that
yeah.
because it's roughly the same size, right?
Oh, it's bigger. Well, the new one's a little bit bigger,
Wow.
but the man grates came in a standard size. I have 2 of them.
Oh.
And I was able to transfer them over to the work
It's those little
surface.
things like that we take for granted a lot, and being able to transfer those over.
Fun
and
story.
I like that.
Fun story about Mangrate. They were a tech company, and they bought an old steakhouse
Wow.
to move their offices
Yeah.
into. And they found all this old cast iron cooking space.
Yeah.
And so they didn't know what to do with all of it, so they're tearing it all out. Well, the owner of Mangrate is a big fan of meat and cooking. And so he said, ooh, this steakhouse has been around for 30 years. I bet that cast iron grate has some good flavor on it. I'm going to take that to my house. Took it to his house, put it on his barbecue, and then has been cooking off that. Realized how delicious it was. 30
Yeah.
years of some of the best steaks, being
He's
cooked
had,
on
yeah.
that. Yeah. All on this. He was cooking his burgers, his hot dogs, his chicken, all this stuff. He said, this is a new business venture. He hired a foundry to start pouring these. A local foundry in his area that had gone out of business, was going out of business. He was able to inject new life by helping them get that pour going,
Yeah.
and they were able to pour cast iron
Now,
grates.
that is awesome.
And if you buy a man grate, it's the best amount of money you'll ever spend because it's the most heaviest amount of money you've ever spent.
you get a lot.
When it's like, they're
For
like,
you.
I think they're anywhere from $20 to $50, but when
Yeah.
you hold it, you're like, oh yeah, that's $50 worth of steel.
Wow.
Like, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
So
I
I
I
love
love that
them,
it's
and they're-
supported at Foundry. That's
And it's a
I
U.S. company, and
wanna
they're
look
great.
into one
So
of those.
Mangrate, if you're listening, we'd love to have you as a sponsor on the podcast.
So one thing that I've been looking into, right, interesting, is that, so I told Katie, I was like, hey, I'm kind of interested maybe getting a new grill for the winter time,
yeah.
because ours right now is starting
I
to
like to barbecue
see some
year
age.
round.
I also like to barbecue year round. I'm a huge fan of tri-tip, huge fan of other meats. But one thing that I saw over at Home Depot, which was interesting, is it's almost like a giant skillet is kind of what it is, right? But like it's barbecue sized, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a large, like when you go to get, what's that called? The tapenaki?
Yeah.
Teppanyaki?
Teppanyaki.
Teppanyaki. You know how they have the large grates
Yeah.
there? It's like that, but it's Teflon, right?
Mhm.
I'm trying to see the downsides of that
Yeah.
because it looks interesting. I would love to be able to cook eggs, Dane, right? I throw some bacon on there. I throw my eggs right next to it, right? I cook my eggs with my bacon. I'm stirring it up there, clean it off, right? Scrape everything out, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, you could be eating breakfast outside in the mornings
I
like you like to do.
would love that. In the snow, the upcoming winter,
Yeah.
amazing, right? Have my pancakes on one side.
Yeah.
The problem I'm finding is that I'm reading the reviews, and people are saying that it is warping because of the heat and the cool
you
down,
need
right?
to go straight
So here's
like
a question for
lodge
you. What
cast
kind
iron.
of cooktop do you have?
skillet.
What kind of cooktop?
Is it electric?
No,
is
he
it
wants to put it on
gas?
his. He's gonna put it on his
This
barbecue.
is a grill. No, the whole thing
No,
is actually
I'm saying
just a grill.
inside your house.
Inside my house, it
Yes.
is a gas.
Okay, so you can buy those things.
a
and you
large
put
cast
it-
iron skillet
Morgan,
that goes
where
across.
do I have room to store that?
It's literally a sheet of metal.
Yeah. Do you have room for my sheet of metal?
No,
Okay, then
I
if
would
you
say
can't
I'm
store
not.
probably-
Why would I?
So I'm
Morgan
saying-
doesn't live with you.
In
Okay,
fairness,
exactly.
Anthony already has a sheet of metal he keeps in the garage that's called the Evo and never moved. So I think he has space.
Fun fact is there is actually a hood grate on there that I would be able to cook a lot of things off of if I had an open dump. I would
Yeah.
just fire.
That's my way of segueing us back into
All right.
No.
talking
Alkaline top hat.
detailing.
It's because Dane saw this question. I'm in the middle of correcting my ND Miata and then applying CSL EXO. Do you have any recommended uses for towels after they've been used for coating removal, or are they trashed? No, throw them in throw them in a bucket, get them all cleaned up, and then wash them, all that stuff, and then use them as interior towels. Be perfect.
They're salvageable.
Majid's back. Says, hey, I'm from Saudi Arabia, and one of your followers, and very benefit from you. Thanks, Majid.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate
Mahad.
it, buddy.
Thank you for watching.
Alejandro, it was so great to hang out with you guys. Thank you for everything you do for this industry, and you guys nailed it with Wowo Sense.
Ah, thanks.
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that. That was a collective effort between
Yes.
me and Anthony and
Fraser.
and Robbie.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of fun with that.
We got Hans Closen says, Danny Forelli, I mix it 10-1 with 99.9 IPA sometimes, 5-1. What are
there
they
you go.
talking about?
Nice. Adam Blackwell, any tips on growing the shop? New YouTube channel.
The shop's new YouTube channel.
Okay.
Any tips for that?
I think Anthony over here knows a thing or two.
Dane, you're the creative director of this company.
I am. You know what works better, and this is gonna. I'll chip in if you're not willing to.
Do it. Knock it out.
So
Pay for views.
Basically, no.
No.
No, you
Yes.
can't do that, and that will come back to bite you in the butt. So what you got to do, and I know it's not fun, but the reality is consistency pays off. Being consistent. I will tell you firsthand, our content, it's kind of all over the place. If we just did the same show every single day with slightly different content, we'd probably be a much bigger channel right now. That's the reality of it. But because we do such a disparate variety of things, because that's what we want to do, that's the way we prefer to do it, but you're not going to have as extreme growth. YouTube likes to reward familiarity, content that people are like going for. If it's not like crazy controversial, get attention, whatever, then it's got to be consistent, because people are coming to your channel for a reason. They're coming to your channel because they saw something they liked and they hope to see more of that, whatever that is.
I agree.
So if you're providing that and you understand, oh, I had a spike in subscribers when I made that video, there are a number of detailing channels, especially in the last year here, who have capitalized on finding something that they realize connected with people, and then they drove that idea into the ground. But that's besides the point. It is definitely one of those things where you just need to pay attention to when the activity spikes, look back and say, what was I doing when the analytics show that spike? What did I offer my audience that got that? And in the beginning, when you don't really have a whole lot of stuff to base it on, just do you. Figure out what you're comfortable with, and eventually something will click. But don't try and pretend to be something you're not with your shop. If you're like, oh, we got to do this crazy build. Like, if that's not you and you don't think you can realistically hold up those standards the entire time you're doing this, don't do that. Do what's going to be the case for your shop. If you're detailing, just show your details and talk to the camera. Be yourself. It's personable. People want to see what's familiar to them. That's what keeps them coming back. For us, it's just our personalities. For better or for worse, that's what keeps people coming back here. So that's the one constant in all of our stuff is you get one of us.
Yep.
So, anyway, I hope that helps.
Slipstream detailing. I want to hear about the new waxes. I went to the GP party and doing well. Maybe it is the Jameson. Best way to apply, curing time. So, Slipstream. So if you're talking about the new Malo wax and Contact 121 from Wolvo's, super easy to apply. They all come with a applicator, red applicator like what Anthony's holding, only a little smaller. And you can just apply the waxes by hand. And by the time you get around it, you can wipe it off, or you can leave it on for a little while. The product stays wet, has a very low or slow flash point, so it doesn't dry out, which is really nice, and you're able to wipe it off very easily. But it does provide a great shine, great finish, and in terms of Malo wax, it's just a nice show wax. And then Contact 121 leaves a contact angle of 121 degrees, so it's higher than any coating on the market, but it's in a paste wax, which means you get insane hydrophobic properties from a wax.
Is there anything with a higher contact angle than it currently out there?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Because, yeah, as I understood it, it's like, not trying to brag, it's just literally checking it. I didn't see anything else come up.
So, yeah, pretty sweet.
It's insane.
Veteran, equate Dane.
Oh, you missed Luke Berge.
Luke Berge says he saw a guy on Insta called All Day Anthony, and he was talking about the best detail spray that will be coming to the market. Any clue who that might be?
He sounds like a braggart. Don't want to listen to him.
I think he's talking about the Wolvo's detail sprays, is my guess.
Well, if that were the case, then the guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who the guy is.
Yeah, but it's a great, it is, seriously. We call it the big daddy of all detailers.
Yeah, it is the daddy of quick detailers.
Detail spray, as it's generally known, this is different than that. This is a crazy version of what you might imagine a quick detailer could be. Yeah. We put it up against sealants.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Rag Company Europe, great colorful lineup, guys. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. So the Rag Company Europe will also be available. We'll have products available December 9th. So you'll be able to pick those up for all of you in Europe that are listening. Chris Ashley, shopping cart hit side of my car, left a plastic residue and superficial scratches. Recommended compound, polish, and pad. Chris, a little bit of lacquer thinner, just good stuff. And
that's
then
pretty much Levi's
some
answer.
TLC and either an orange foam, or you could hit it with some wool or microfiber first and then go back at it with
knowing
some foam.
How well lacquer thinner worked the last time we tried it on a scuff on a bumper. I think that may handle like 90% of it right there.
Yep. Matt Gibb coming back. Mark Krause, 8000 grit is the bomb. Get a Tex blue French foam or Lake Country SDO HDO pad and jeweling polish, and no sanding marks left. There you go. 1-2 punch right there. Bait Addict, I just dropped off the S4 for some major upgrades. People at the dealership were stunned at how the finish had no swirls, being 8 years old now. Best part of them, laughing at the numerous notices. Was them laughing at the numerous notices.
Oh, he continues down below.
I stuck onto the vehicle windows saying, please do not watch the video. My buddy works there, but totally understood why I put the notices up. That's pretty great. Yeah.
And there's still cars that get washed even when you do.
Yeah. Like
Carbug says the comment blobs on the screen is super annoying. Nuke it, please.
Not sure what you
I don't
mean
know what
by
you're talking
blobs.
about, bud.
Unless you mean the emojis. Can't do anything about that. That's YouTube.
Yeah. So, yeah, good work, Bait Act, on those signs. That's awesome. Christopher Horton, if you could design the ultimate TRC bath towel, what would it be? Honestly,
Dane's been using bath towels.
I still have ones from clear back in the day, and they still function.
You never have to wash them, right, Dane?
Dane doesn't wash
I
his.
wash them. Jesus. I wash them.
Oh, you do.
One of the great things is that microfiber is able to not only be absorbent, but actually trap all the body hair on Dane's body.
Yeah, I made the mistake of wiping it on my face, and look what happened.
That's
Even
good.
after all this time, it still got grabbed.
Good stuff.
It looks like a rug.
No,
but I think the Gauntlet's going to be coming out in a 30 by 36 size. That'll be a really great bath towel if you want to use one. Ivan LaCroix notoriously uses the 26 by 59 waffle weave as his bath towel.
Yeah.
It's one of his favorites.
Interesting.
But yeah, if you like using those, go for it. Venom 9600. Hey guys, saw most of the videos at SEMA. Too many new great products, especially McGuire's and their hybrid ceramic line. I also hope you guys are doing well. Also, my ONR froze. Is it still okay?
Yeah. I would say it's fine.
Yeah.
If it froze once, it's fine. If it froze like 5 times over, then maybe get a new bottle.
Yeah.
It's inexpensive anyway, so if you're that worried about it, you can get more and you'll be all right. All right, moving down.
S&M says,
Yes.
any new
Wait.
products coming out soon?
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, SM. Sorry. Yes.
You're looking at several.
Yeah. Hans Glosen says, so Dane sees frame rates and swirls. Gotta sucks being,
In fairness,
gotta
the frame
suck
rate
being
stuff
you.
sticks
Gotta
out
suck
to me
being you, man.
more than
Gotta.
swirls
Got it.
do. Levi and Anthony see stuff in paint that I don't see. They need to point it out to me. I see the basic stuff more than an average person, but not quite as much as like a seasoned detailer does.
I don't think I could watch TV if I could see what Dane sees.
No,
I don't think I'd be doing that.
I'm bothered by like poor edits and like flubs and all that stuff. So, but I generally keep it to myself.
It's a good
Except
thing.
for
Sad.
It's a really good thing that I love TV
the rare
so much.
case when I just can't
Otherwise, I don't know what I'd do
enjoy
with
a
myself.
thing because the entire medium I'm watching it in is actively oppressing my
Yeah,
eyeballs.
tissue.
Okay, so
Go ahead, Dane.
we are at
Bait Addict there.
everyone has their own hobbies. Morgan, smiley face. Dane just as crazy about video editing and frames per second. We look crazy to 99% of people when it comes to our car detailing obsession. Different strokes for different folks. Being Baiters Anonymous, of course.
Absolutely.
Ain't that the truth?
That's right.
Yep.
Here we go. Martin Carlson says, why did my car with Beadmaker become hazy when I took from the garage? It was 7 degrees Celsius outside. Hazy.
So it's a little above freezing.
I need more info, Martin.
Yeah, would need to know. Was it
hazy.
recently
Did you,
applied?
was it wipe marks?
Was it white marks? Was it streaks? Was it temperature change? Like, did you pull it out and it like condensed on the side of the vehicle? There's a lot of stuff that could have gone with that. So, Kyle House, I had to roar for my George at Rupes. About lost my voice from doing it, but George was worth it. Good work, Kyle.
Glad you went for it, man.
Luke says he's going to show up ringing Anthony's doorbell in a robe. Luke, just so you know, where I live and where Anthony lives is about 40.
It's like two different worlds.
We live in other parts of the state.
Yeah.
I live in a city called Nampa, right, with my Nampanese and my Nampanites.
Yeah.
Right?
And I live in Southie Boise,
Yeah.
where
Sea
we drop
kinda
our
guy.
ahs and we talk like we're from South Boston.
Wow, how'd that happen?
I
That
don't
must be
know.
localized to just
Very
your house
strange.
or something.
Apparently, it's mostly my street and then my house.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
Augie, I keep telling him he doesn't need to talk like that, but he says,
No.
don't worry about it, Pops.
Well, I live in Meridian, where I'm surrounded by a few houses with tuner cars outside. So
Anthony
that's
lives in
fun.
Meridian with Dane. It's a great little village, but he lives right on the edge.
I
You go
live in
about
the heart of
3
it. He
miles-
lives on the edge
About
of it.
3 miles to the east or to the west,
Yeah.
and you're in there. You're in it.
If
You're
he
in Nampa.
coughs, it's affecting Nampa. It's not affecting Meridian.
Yep.
That's how
I can
close he
hear the
is.
gunshots if I listen closely.
Anyway.
Nice. So moving down here, we have Dave Watson says, "Hey TRC team, congratulations on SEMA 2019 and
One in the
Wowos.
books.
Looking forward to the new Gauntlet drying towel."
Thanks, Dave. We missed you. It'd be
Yeah,
fun to
thanks,
get you
man.
out to SEMA sometime. You'd
Oh,
love it.
you would love it.
Yep. Rag Company Europe says it's Dane. I thought, who's the new kid?
Great question. I don't
Right,
know.
Patrick?
I just
Yeah.
walked in here and they let me have a microphone.
Venom 9600. Also, good news. My boss and I talked, and he was so impressed with my knowledge I got from so many different detailers that he's thinking of starting a side business with me in charge of detailing.
There you
Nice.
go.
Good work, man. Bait Addict says, that's amazing. Congrats. Bait Addict
That
says,
is amazing.
Venom says, thank you. Venom also says, sold my PS4. I have a great gaming PC, but now I'll wait for the PS5.
Nice.
Lying in wait.
Yep. Raldo's Details says, hi, guys.
Hi, Roldos.
Some company called Basic Media says he wants some Wowos.
It's like a media production business. It looks like that is
says-
in the house.
Looks like a guy in
sir,
a white outfit.
We do our own
and a
marketing.
great white hype there.
We
Yeah.
actually don't need that. We're actually gonna have such a high production marketing video thing. We just won't need your help.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm particularly proud of? That one that was like at the SEMA booth we had. That one was
Yeah.
really good.
We had
That
a
was
great video
we
shot.
made.
Very,
Yeah.
That
very
was
was
nice
awesome.
video.
done by a
Yep.
marketing company
And
in
that guy-
exchange
yeah.
for a sleepover party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
great for them to do that for just to have a place to crash.
Yeah.
You know, that was
Yeah.
nice.
The things
So-
you do in Vegas for a
Appreciate
place to stay.
Yep.
Yep.
Am I
Oh,
right?
Exactly,
Dane,
right?
Okay.
Don't open that doorway right
All
now.
right, Hans, what will
Exactly.
happen if I apply TPC on only a power wash tire? I ordered TPC from Patrick. Can't wait to play with it. Hans, you need to clean that tire.
Yes.
You need to
Like
clean
5
it
times.
bad.
You gotta deep
Cannot
clean it.
stress it
5 times.
enough. TPC is awesome, but only if the surface you're working on is incredibly clean.
Yep.
Yeah. Hans,
Then it's awesome.
basically the equivalent of this would be, have you ever seen American Psycho, right? So where Christian Bale is putting that mask on his face, right? That mask is not going to stick to your face like a killer unless you have deep scrubbed and used a pore cleansing lotion or a pore cleansing wash. Am I right, Morgan?
Yeah.
He
You
really
got
took
it.
it an interesting
Good job,
angle,
Anthony
but
knows
yeah,
I'm
skincare
trying to give
now.
people a visual look at what this looks and feels
you really
like.
are the dentist of the group. Okay,
And
so
Basic Media says, "Give me Wowos," right? Is what he says. All right. Alkaline Trio says, "By the way, Anthony, thank you so much for the scratch remedy. It really saved my bacon."
excellent.
What
Nice.
scratch remedy did I
don't
get?
remember
Just take the compliment.
Just say thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm glad I could help. Luke Berge says, "Grill is working.
Yep.
Luke,
Perfect.
Okay.
We can taste that hot dog from here. I can feel like I can smell
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Enjoy it."
Basic Media
That might just
says,
be your costume
and
in your
Morgan,
car.
I want her
Yeah.
also. Does she come in a package with a Wowo's product? Basic Media, we're going to have to ban you
Yeah,
for
someone,
those type of
someone get
This
this
is
guy
really
out of
salacious,
here.
inappropriate.
lewd comments that you're
That
leaving.
is so disrespectful.
Bait Addict says, looks like you guys are
Not
missing
for sale.
parts of
Will
my
not be
messages.
bought.
Weird. Mention more stuff regarding the microfiber madness towel versus yours. You guys seeing all the comments? Yeah, dude, we're answering them. We spent about
We actually
15
answered him
minutes on
really
it.
thoroughly.
Yeah.
Like, did you miss?
I think you missed it, bud.
Like, we went into heavy detail. If you
Yeah.
go back there and
We
watch,
did.
we like,
I was getting
a solid
bored.
10
I was
minutes
like,
about
whoa,
it.
that's
All
too
right,
much.
here we go.
yeah,
I think Bait Addict's wearing a wire, and he wants us to keep repeating
yeah.
this. That's what
I
he
think
wants.
I
so.
think so.
He's like, "Can you speak a little louder? into that
Closer to the
microphone?"
mic, please.
All right.
Oh wait, I've
Rock
got one.
Bellingham Automedic PHS Optima Clear Coat compared to X Coat. What's the big difference? Rick, I don't have an answer for you. So sorry, bud. Optimum's Clear Coat, I do know.
Click over restore.
Clear Coat Restore is a wipe-on, wipe-off clear coat. Very simple, very easy.
As I understood it, the big difference with
it
Optimum
is
Clear Coat
self-leveling.
Restore from any other clear coat type product like that is the fact that it was a one-part solution in a
Yep.
bottle. It was not a two-part thing, which is what all the things it was competing with that had been prior to the market were. They were all something where you had to combine two things, kind of like an epoxy style thing where you got to mix two.
Yep.
The whole reason the Optimum stuff was unique was because it was one bottle and you just go. Now when you open it, you gotta use it, or you gotta keep it in the fridge, freezer, whatever you got that you can, not freezer, but fridge, and just preserve it. But it holds for what, like a month or two?
Yep.
And that's generally it. But yeah, that was the big difference. Was it was a one-part system, not two.
Chuma the Puma, Beadmakers led me to ceramic coating. Doing it tomorrow myself. Got the towels he suggested. Is Beadmaker okay for ceramic coated cars? Yes.
Absolutely. After they've cured.
And after the coating's cured, feel free to just slather that bad boy in Beadmaker for the rest of its life.
Yeah. Like orange marinade.
Bait Addict says, never mind. Athielon, hey guys, yesterday I purchased a couple of microfiber towels. One question. Double twistress towel, don't leave behind any streaks or something like that. Sorry for my English. Greetings from Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have
the double
any
twistress is less likely to leave behind any streaks compared to a plusher towel.
Here's a very brief. Dane explains. So when you're using drying towels, a general rule is if you're drying with a towel and you use like a circular knit weave, so like our Eagle Edgeless or something like that, big fluffy towel where it's like long fibers, you're going to have more chance of streaking. That's not a mark against the towel's quality or anything like that. That's literally to do with the construction. When you have a longer pile, when you have space, that safely allows dirt and debris to pass between and get picked up in the fibers rather than being pushed against the surface. That's a safety thing. That's a good thing. Like the Pluffle does that. But the trade-off is it's going to let some water pass in between too, which may result in some streaks, resulting in you having to go back over once or twice to clean stuff up. That's with the circular knit long pile type fluffy thing. If you go back with a shorter pile or you go over with a twist pile, you should be able to get most of that on the first pass. That's just generally how that works, but just something to be aware of.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Dane, thank
Good
you
job,
for that.
Dane.
I really like that. So Delvin Bez says, I absolutely love your 16x16 Pluffle. Hope you're not giving it up. It's been discontinued for a while. There is so much I can do with it. Well, I'm reading it.
I know.
There's so much I can do with it, and intricate jams and all. So Delphine, the Pluffle is not going anywhere.
No.
Yep, it'll be available probably. We're looking. Our shipment will arrive in about 3 weeks from the factory.
Yeah,
What happened was, the factory sent a version of the towel that was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the GSM standards weren't up to what it needed to be, and as per our level of quality and what we like. We basically set it back and said, no, it needs to be this standard, which caused a delay in the manufacturing. And so we apologize for being out. This happens every once in a while. That towel is a very unique towel.
Yeah.
And we try and make sure that all of our towels, as they come through, hit the requirements that are designed by us and what we expect out of each towel. If you remember past years, we did get the Kerpuffle. We got a big order of those, and that was because the factory skipped a sample session basically to test and make sure we were right on the money with what we needed, and so they just sent the shipment. So to bar an item like that again, we put a delay.
Yeah. No, what I wanted
we'll
to
have
address
them for about
was
2 or 3 weeks here.
That's the difference when you actually buy from the rag company versus. Not going to say everybody. There's places who definitely have great quality control.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things we do is we don't just, get the shipment in and go, yep, send it out. Like, we actually check this stuff. It's going to go through some hands to check, especially if you order off our website. It goes through a 3-person system before it's put into an order and goes out the door. And by that point, you'll know if something's off. And what we won't do is sell you something when it doesn't meet the specifications that we state on our website.
Right.
If that's what it is, that's what you should get.
Yep.
And if you have anything that seems off, if somebody missed it, please tell us. But it's one of those things where we strive to make sure that we're actually offering the quality standard that we've set for ourselves, and we don't deviate from that.
Yep.
And I just want everybody to understand that's why you go to the rag company, is you're going to get a reliable, high-quality product every time.
And that's also, we do so much with our factories. We've had such great relationships with them.
Yeah. We don't
for so
bounce
long
around to a bunch of factories.
Yeah, there are
It's not a
some
thing.
private label companies that have their own version of their towels, and they have found that the rag company, it's much easier and less of a headache to just buy from us.
There's a number of places who just go through us
as the rag company, because then they don't have to worry. They don't have to deal with quality control. They can just sell a product and know that we have that side handled.
So we deal with that side of stuff so others don't have to. The trade-off is sometimes if it doesn't meet our standard, there is a weight involved if it has to be reproduced or something. So apologies for that, but that's just because we want to give you the absolute best we can.
Yep.
Kyle House, I just saw Rupes put a video 20 minutes ago of everyone roaring for George. Nice. So check that out. Rectangle says 40 years, Levi. Wow, you're getting pretty close to those Corvette years. Oh, baby.
Ooh.
Don't I know it. Can't wait to get my C8. Camo wrap C8. It's going to look dope.
I thought you're in like army green.
Well, it's not going to look like anything.
Like
if
woodland,
it's camo, I
woodland
won't be able
army
to see
green.
It.
It's
Or
gonna
like a mossy oak.
Yeah,
mossy
that'd
oak
be cool.
style. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty dope.
Dane's Corvette will be plaid.
Yeah.
Dude,
at
that
that.
would be so cool. I would love a plaid Corvette. I would rock that.
okay.
Well, plaid interior. I'd love a plaid interior, just like a Volkswagen Golf style.
We got Venom 96600 said, also, I used P&S Brake Buster to wash my microfiber towel. Was this a good idea? I was in
Yeah,
such a
fine.
rush and had no cleaners except for that. If I've done more desperate things
Yeah,
than
I'd
that.
say you're fine, man. At least you were cleaning them.
Yeah.
So,
You degreased them. That's good.
JC.
Jeff C. says, what's up, TRC crew? I'm applying gloss coat to my winter wheels while listening. Thanks for all the how-to videos and advice.
Awesome.
Makes this a fun and easy experience.
Awesome, man. Good
I
work.
just want to point out that I'm especially looking out for you guys. Way back when we made that video about gloss coating wheels, Ivan didn't originally want to do that video because it's like, well, people, if they know how to coat this, then they're going to know how to coat that. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. We need to make a video about putting gloss coat on wheels because people will watch that and take that literally and do it that way. Otherwise, they won't know they can extrapolate the information from coating a car and apply it to their wheels.
And that was done on your mom's.
So I'm
Lexus.
always trying to think of like how someone is going to take stuff literally and try and apply that into our videos.
No.
And it drives them nuts, but I'm going to keep doing it.
You don't got to tell me twice, sister. All right, Bait Addict says, Alkaline Trio, yeah, you should wash them right away. Otherwise, they end up just pushing water around. My Double Twisters towels got repurposed for wheels since they don't absorb anymore. Yeah, you're going to want to wash them after you use them because you might seal up your towels. That is a good...
Yep.
Delphine says, my car's pretty new, and I was wondering if there's anything wrong if I clean the engine bay with quick detailer. Will it get dirtier more easier? I use Griot's. No,
No,
you'll be
you're
fine.
fine.
Get dirty.
no.
Space Cowboy, when can we find your products at Costco?
Oh.
Not sure, man. Someday maybe. We haven't been approached by them. So
No.
Bait Addict, didn't wash them for a week. I always wash with Micro Restore and vinegar, hang dry, no go. Since then, I've always washed towels right away if I use them as a drying aid and they have not lost their absorbency. So key point, if you're using a drying aid, wash them right away so that they stay fresh.
Yeah. Keep a bucket handy you can toss stuff into.
Venom says, hope you guys don't mind, but I got here late. What are those products on the table? Sorry for a repeat question. This is the new product line that we debuted at SEMA. It's a brand out of Scotland, Glasgow, called Wowos. And I'm sure you've seen them on the live commenting throughout the past 18 months or so. But we are the primary distributor for Wowos in North America. So that was how we were able to get them to SEMA with us. But this is just another line we're bringing in, just like how we carry Optimum and PNS. So
Yeah. Well, and in fairness, this product line, as it exists today, is really very, very new. This is actually developed in conjunction with their input. So you're going to see differences that basically Anthony and Levi have put a lot of thought and effort into. I would say the user experience is probably number one with these. So
I would
you're
say
going to
that,
find
Dane.
that is the real takeaway there. And I'm looking forward to this next question for proving somebody wrong. So gonna be
Brian
fun.
Pierce says, I have baked on road tar on my wheels and car around the fenders. Suggestions of getting this stuff off. As Levi would
Lacquer
say,
thinner.
lacquer thinner. All the things.
Yeah,
or-
get a tar remover.
Get a tar remover.
I would go to like a
Tarminator.
I would go to a car wash.
a car wash.
Self-serve car wash. Soak their bay with that tar remover first, because it's
Yeah.
gonna stink and it's gonna get everywhere. And don't do this at home in your driveway or in the garage. You're
Yeah.
gonna hate your life.
Yep.
Soak everything down with that. Let it sit. Then use the pressure washer and spray all that off. Hopefully it softened it enough in that time. Then when you get home, wash your car normal as you can with like soap and water there. Then when you get home, do another wash, but this time on the lowers you can use lacquer thinner on what's left, and it should remove it pretty quickly. Make sure you're wearing gloves and get some of those white, just junky cotton towels, or get some white microfiber or baby diapers or
Baby diapers.
Morgan, there's a specific type of towel
Yep.
called a baby diaper.
Believe it or not,
You can pick them up at O'Reilly's or AutoZone or any of those.
they're out there.
And
I was just hoping people weren't going to be out there with
get a pack of
Oh, they'll
those.
go out with Huggies. Watch 'em.
No, but get a pack of those towels, and those that will, one, they're white, so you don't have to worry about any dye transfer from the towel. Two, they're soft enough that they're not going to scratch the surface, and they're very, very, very low nap, so they'll be able to wipe a lot. But make sure you're flipping your towels. They're also very thick, so they're actually going to hold a lot of product, the lacquer thinner, and you'll be able to remove that tar very effectively and very rapidly. So. Rectangle, how's the smell of the iron remover?
Hassan says,
yeah.
says, what up, the rag company from Toronto, Canada? Hassan says, smells gross.
And that's the one I was looking forward to.
And then
because
Rectangle
Hassan-
says, someone take a sniff for the live Q&A.
Hey,
Please.
what's this bottle here? With the
Don't
lids?
mind if we do.
Yeah, so fun fact.
Fun fact.
This is, everybody knows, iron removers stink. This smells like iron remover, but with a lemon scent to it.
And not just a
I
lemon
like it.
scent that's like
Yeah.
hiding or
I
covering.
like it.
It's
no,
a nice,
actually
it's an actual lemon scent.
smells
And
lemon scenty.
once it's aerated, meaning once you've
See if
sprayed
you-
it,
Yeah.
or
Put it
like
in
you
an IK
found,
foamer.
put it in the IK
Don't
foamer
smell.
and foamed it, you get a very
Seriously.
nice lemon
Normally,
zest
we
on
would
there.
be like, shut that right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Stinking up
Normally,
this whole thing.
If we had Ferex out here, we
it
would
would
be doing that.
repulsive. It would smell like sulfur
And I would
and
leave.
rotten eggs and all the things you imagine that. Walking over a sewer grate,
spray it in
whatever.
that fan, Dane.
Dan.
Okay, Dan.
Blow it in that fan,
Equate,
Dan.
equate Dan.
Dirty Dan.
So,
Here, I'll give it to Morgan.
so,
she can do that.
Don't
Spray
do
it in
that.
the
Real-
can?
Don't do that.
realistically, we would say that it is one of the best smelling iron
Yeah.
removers on the
Yep.
market.
There are people
Pretty awesome.
who walked by while you guys were using it during our testing phase, and
Yeah.
they said, "What product is that? That smells great." And then you told them it was a fallout remover, and they just had this look of shock on their face because they know what fallout removers normally smell like. So, truth be told, this is totally different ballgame.
Yeah, this is
You're gonna have that sulfury smell just faintly out of the bottle, but that's it. As soon as
It
it's sprayed,
smells very
gone.
good. Okay, so we got Luke Berge says, "Ooh, we're getting into grill talk here. I like
oh
this."
my god!
Luke Berge
Can't wait
says,
for this.
"I got a hamburger from my uncle, who's a farmer, mixed in with oh my god, red onion, you dog,
Oh.
Dijon mustard, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, egg, and a little garlic. Let sit for 5 hours. Shape, base with butter, and make grill as hot." Luke, my mouth is watering right now.
So,
as
Luke, if
possible.
you come visit,
Yeah.
we're going to ask that you make these burgers at the MOS HQ.
I would love them.
Ooh.
For
Yeah.
a
It'd be
company
delicious.
barbecue.
So
Ooh.
drop the temperature down and let it cook. So he's searing on the outside, letting it kind of still pink a little bit on the inside. I like that. When almost done, throw on cheese and let it melt. Your hamburger buns, toast them on the grill. Absolutely, a little amount of salt. I usually hit
Solid.
my hamburger buns with a little bit more butter and a little bit of garlic salt. Luke Brady says, and pepper. And then take the mayo and a little hot sauce. Mix apply to a toasted hamburger
That
bun.
sounds great.
Assembled, enjoy. So I like to do a sriracha mayo.
So
is
one
what
thing,
I love.
So I'm thinking, here's a plan.
Yeah.
Luke, if you can ever get to Boise, we'll make Nate bring his overland vehicle
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
with a grill in the back.
with the grill
Make
on the
it
back.
driveway.
We'll set it up. We'll do a
No,
quick
here.
impromptu
Oh.
TRC barbecue.
TRC barbecue here in the parking lot.
Would love that.
And yeah, we'll mix up the meats and all that stuff maybe the night
Meat,
before.
TRC
cheeses.
BQ, if you will.
Yeah, TRC
Oh
BBQ.
my
We'll
Wow.
build we'll have a little
TRC.
barbecue.
Dane can bring Polish
BBQ.
sausages.
Yep.
That'd be great.
And we can do some type of, I don't know, maybe like a Dane, are you more of a potato salad or coleslaw guy?
I like a good potato
I can't
salad.
choose between the two. I love them both so much.
I like potato salad.
I like
personally.
the potato salad that's got mustard in it.
It's gonna be great too.
Ooh,
It'll be
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Have a
How about that
wonderful-
yellow potato
I
Yeah.
salad.
would, I would love that.
So Kyle House, is there any plans for gallon-sized jugs of woo-woos in the future? Woo-woos, Kyle. Yes, we have been in talks. We're talking about 5-liter jugs
Right.
coming to
5
the U.S., which is 1.3 gallons. So you'll be able to get 30% more than any other company that's carrying
So
gallons, basically.
That ties back into the theme where you're getting a little bit more for your money because these, despite looking like it, are not just 16-ounce bottles like you used to. They're 500 mil. So you're getting slightly more here, too.
16.9 fluid ounces, almost 17 ounces.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we have Tonazors says, Levi, exclamation point. Is there any way to know if I'm dealing with those famous cloth seats that stain when they get wet?
If you have my Volvo,
fun.
you are.
Fun thing to know, was the car made after 2007? If it was manufactured technically after 2006, about 2006 to 2014,
Yes, essentials.
then there's a 90% chance it's a yes essentials and or the recycled water bottle fabric. Same kind of style. It's usually just a fabric made out of recycled water bottles. Nissan used it for a number of years. Those types of fabrics are a nightmare. And you
Environmentally friendly, detailer unfriendly.
Yeah, key is to make a bigger water stain. So,
Yeah.
Adam Blackwell says, thanks for all the help with YouTube. Tonezors also, does lacquer thinner work with tree sap? Yes.
Yeah.
Luke Berge, best bath towel, the Eagle blanket.
Can't
Boom.
argue with you there, bud.
Yeah.
Danny Israel, we have big, beautiful pine trees that tower over our house at the end of our driveway. Sap to prove it on the next car, or prove it on the car.
Yeah.
Anthony, what are you and the next day Nate's go-to solution for removal? So
for tree sap removal.
For tree sap removal.
For tree sap removal, so like Levi says, he likes to use lacquer thinner. But I've always used, and when we were on the East Coast, right, I actually used that, it was the Stoner's tar and glue remover, right? Is
Yep,
what it was?
it depends
or,
on the tree sap.
It was it was a tree sap remover. It was the Stoner's, and it was pretty good. But other than that, though, like I've used isopropyl alcohol. I've
works.
used
Hot water works.
You've used hot water. I've used APCs before. The only time I've ever had to jump to something so specific was on the East Coast, and that maybe it's because my own cars never get that hammer with tree sap. I don't know.
So my house, the
It's
MOS
not like we
HQ,
don't have pine trees here.
Yeah, we
got lots
do.
of-
We
So
just-
the MOS HQ, my first order of business when purchasing the compound was to annihilate all the trees upon the property, cut them all down, right?
That makes me sad,
The
but I
Lorax.
understand.
Well, they were trees that were messy.
Okay.
So one tree would drop spiked balls.
Oh wow.
Oh, I know
those are called
little-
pine cones.
No,
not
No.
pine cones.
I know.
they
I
look like
can't-
cherries, but
I
they're
stepped on
I
those as a
know.
kid, and
Yeah.
I have the scars to prove it.
Yep.
Oh,
Would
So
you like to see?
I wanted my children
like
to be
tree
able.
version of goat heads.
Yeah, I wanted my children to be able to play in the front yard. So first order of business, cut that tree down.
Okay.
Second order of business, a small cherry flowering tree
Oh, smell awful.
hanging over the driveway into the garage.
Oh,
funk
I think
tree.
we all know what tree
The-
he's talking about.
the-
Those wonderful trees that all seem to open up right around the college downtown during the springtime.
Nope.
And
Just-
smells like college is what it
yeah,
smells
that's what
like.
I'm saying. It smells like a dorm room.
This wasn't. So I know what you guys are saying, but it's not that tree.
Oh, it's
this
not
is-
that tree. Okay.
This is
Sorry.
a small crab
So
apple.
we just did that for no reason. Okay.
Yep, yep.
You just embarrassed yourself.
Small
Dane.
crab apples
Nah.
that, when they landed, would burst,
Ugh.
and they would they were very juicy.
Nice
Uh,
and rotten.
But they would land in the driveway, and you would drive into the garage, and you would
Oh.
track that in. So again, before we moved in, had that tree cut down as
kids, applesauce.
well. Not even apples. Like they're tiny. Anyway, got those. Next, went along the fence line and cut all the branches we physically could up the property line. Right.
Yeah.
Next door, my neighbor has a very large, heavy pine tar tree that drips
Oh.
pine tar.
Jeez.
Ugh.
The big drops
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
sap
Yeah.
all over the place. I tried to clean up as much as I could. I asked him, how much sap does that tree drop? While I'm looking at the bark, legit oozing sap, right?
Yeah, no,
out of
it's,
it.
it's like a
And
St.
he
Bernard
goes-
drooling.
Yeah, and he goes, oh, I never have a problem with it. I look at his two CRVs. He parks them under that tree forever. They're
Ooh.
legit covered in sap, like droplets of sap.
Well,
all
you
over.
see, it's nature's coating.
Yes.
Well,
So I had to. So
Yeah.
I have to use lacquer thinner on some of those spots. I have to
Yeah.
use razor blades when it hits the glass,
Wow.
because that is like glue and it
Yeah.
hardens. And so, in the normal days, it spits a nice rain
yeah.
until the big drops load
So,
up and fall on the car.
Do you remember? So we were one night we had a dinner, we had a company dinner where we went out to this place just down the street here, and I was on my motorcycle, my Triumph, and I parked underneath a tree. I didn't really care to look what kind of tree it was.
Yeah.
I just parked on the tree. 'Cause
It was the
a hot-
summertime. It was hot.
a hot day,
You
and
have a black bike.
and I come back out right, and I go to put my hand on my handlebar right to grab my clutch
Sticky.
to pull it in, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no. And I was like, oh no.
And then you're
I
immediately
look down,
looking at the
and
painted
I'm sitting on it, I'm like,
surfaces.
oh, crap. And I even told everyone, I'm like, I have to go home now, and I got to get this off. And so what I did, I went home, and I basically gave my bike, it was a hot O&R bath is what it was, where I basically took hot water, put O&R in there. I put a bunch of towels in there, and I just set towels all over the bike and just let them sit there. It softened everything up. Everything wiped right off. I mean,
that's how
literally
and that's
perfect.
If you do have tree sap on clear bra or PPF.
Yeah.
That's the best way to attack it, honestly, is hot O&R.
Yeah.
Hot towels with O&R, and just, I mean,
Let
it's
it
so
sit.
hot you can't even stick your hand in the bucket.
Yeah.
But then you can take those and set them over those spots.
Loosen it up.
And it will sweat it out, so to speak.
Yeah, and I do the same thing on, like, if my front fenders would get hammered with bugs on my motorcycle after doing, like, a major ride. Same concept. Hot towel, O&R. I soak it over the front, let those bugs soften, wipes right off, and I never have to use a bug scrubber.
Emulsifier.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
All right, TM Details. Shout out to the TRC squad all the way from Germany. What's up, Timo?
Hey, Timo.
I'll travel to will travel to Patrick from TRC Europe next week. So hyped on the WoWo's products. Fire.
Thank you. We're hyped.
Enjoy
too.
using them.
Tone Zors,
It's
maybe
fun.
a better question is, in which cases are you reaching for the lacquer thinner first over another product?
Well, don't ask Levi. He's just going to say it's all the same.
Like I said, I use lacquer thinner for a lot of stuff. I use it as before I polish a car, I wipe the whole car down with lacquer thinner. That's me.
The way some people use O&R, he uses lacquer thinner.
Yeah. Luke Berge, Uber, I'll take one to Anthony's. That's a lot of money for an Uber.
That is not a cheap drive, bud.
Future Prison, can you be a little more specific where Anthony lives? I wouldn't mind an Evo.
With a name like that, I don't know if I want to give you where I live.
Basic Media says, hire that guy. He does very well.
Yeah. It'd be great. I think he would get along with the other people within the building very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple people especially.
Yeah.
Delphine Bez says, I scratched my wing mirror on a wall. Not so bad, but it's glossy black piano. Oh, yikes. Glossy black piano plastic. I have a bottle of HG Speed and all-in-one polish with glaze and Griot's hand correction applicators.
Will it succeed?
So
Sure, you can try it. I mean,
you will probably be able to remove most of it. Just keep in mind, though, I mean, don't go so hard in the paint. I mean, I would basically attempt it. If you're seeing any progress after the first couple passes with your hand, cool, knock out the rest of it. But if it seems like you're having to put way too much work into it, stop what you're doing. Maybe go get a dedicated compound. See if somebody can machine it out, because the more you go hard with your hand there, you could just keep digging and digging in one spot. Hans Closen says, thanks, Anthony. Now I'm scared to use TPC. Have you seen American Psycho? You should be. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? Just watch the video where they did it on the front passenger side tire of my Jag. That's exactly what you have to do.
Yeah. Hey, the Moo Whoop.
No, Hans Closen says, I'll turn into a crazy killer. Then he says, hey, Themo, whoop, whoop. Remember? Hans and Themo were thick as thieves.
They were.
And then CJ, it was a compliment, Levi. I like the hat. I know, CJ. I appreciate it. Venom 9600. So I officially tried Beadmaker. I thought it was super slick and user-friendly experience, and it made my car more shiny. But I wasn't really impressed with the depth, and it's not too hydrophobic. Also, the amount you use is a little too much. So I have to sadly say no to the product for exterior use. But interior is a different story. Also, have you ever used the Nova SIO2? No. So Venom, yes, your first initial application of Beadmaker is a lot of product. But once you have that base of Beadmaker on the surface, you don't
need to do that.
Yeah, you can literally spray it one spray per panel after that as a drying-aid, and you're fine. So,
and as far as
Tim,
the
if you could
depth,
scroll,
I'm
that'd
surprised
be great.
because the depth that you get out of Beadmaker actually is pretty impressive. So I'm curious
and it
what
has to cure,
paint
too.
you were on there.
Yeah, it has to cure.
It's not like immediate.
Yep. Nova SIO2 Spray Coat Carcraft Detailing has introduced me to these products, and I'm hooked by their amazing products. Awesome, man. No, I haven't. Yeah. Tyler Anderson, will all the WoWo's products be compatible with classic lacquer style paint? I mean, like classic Volkswagens. Yes.
Yep.
Pablo Ramirez, can Beadmaker be used on aircraft? Yes.
Yes.
Venom
it
9600.
Is used on aircraft.
Yeah, it's used on Air Force One, Kennedy's Air Force One. It's used on a ton of aircraft at the Seattle Museum of Flight, and loads of aircraft detailers actually use it. Boeing has actually been testing Beadmaker for many months, or many years, I should say. Venom 9600 announcement: Halo Reach will be on PC November 3rd. Get hyped.
December 3rd, actually.
That's what I said, December 3rd.
Cool. Jamie Lindley
I
says.
said December 3rd.
You said November 3rd.
I said December 3rd.
You said November.
Either way, point stands. Jamie Lindley.
Jamie Lindley says, I have a question. Can you wax your car in 30 and 40 degree weather? Thanks. Absolutely.
Go for it.
Yeah. Should I wait a few hours? Martin Clarkson says, should I wait a few hours before taking beadmaker car
out in the Swedish cold?
Out in the Swedish cold.
I mean,
yeah.
You
I
mean
would
like
say it
after
wouldn't-
applying it?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I would
hurt
say
anything.
it wouldn't hurt if you left it in the
Yeah.
warm garage.
Yeah, give it a chance to cure a little first.
Han says Kinotech Extra 4200 also has a lemon minty smell iron remover. Also works really good. Nice. Rectangle, awesome. Off to try out the iron remover. Hassan, my fault, guys. Thought rectangle meant in general. I use another Iron X. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
In general, you'd be right.
Yeah.
Goebel's Mobile Detail and Detail Factory brush is awesome and good quality. Hand sanitizer works too. That's right.
Oh, yeah, you can
yeah.
use
A
hand
hand
sanitizer,
sanitizer for sap.
Yeah.
Kevin Benson, gumball trees are the devil. Tyler says, sweet gum tree. Those are the ones with the spiky balls. Yep, that's what that was.
Balls.
Tar is great for sap removal. Didrik, hey guys, have you tried the barbecue menu at the Harley Davidson restaurant in Vegas? Some years ago since I was there, but at that time it was really good. It's been 20 years since I ate at the Harley restaurant.
I haven't eaten at the Harley restaurant
I've
ever.
never
It's
eaten
a
there.
good time. Ian Connell, any tips on applying coatings on white cars? First time applying ceramic on my car, I can only imagine how much of a nightmare it will be to chase high spots on white paint. Turn off the lights in your garage and just focus a light on per panel and do it that way. That's probably going to be your best bet.
Yeah, try with like a single light source.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of things are better with
Keep
the
it
lights
simple.
off.
And then there's that.
Or, yeah.
Bait Addict says, any SiO2 coating or topper product that WoWo has compared to Beadmaker or C2V3 or Echo or Ec2O. Ec2O.
If you're looking,
For an SiO2 or
For-
coating topper
yeah.
product, at the moment,
That's a good question. So at the moment, there is nothing specific to targeting the ceramic SiO2 market with that type of terminology. Now, is there products in this line that can be used on your coating? Absolutely. Are there products that are going to extend the life of your coating? Absolutely.
is there a product that is tough as nails and is going to be a killer sealant?
Yeah, that's
That
right
would be crystal sealant right there.
So crystal sealant, which would be great on its own, can also be used on top of a coating, and it's still going
But
to have
it's-
a very low surface tension. It's going to be very slick, but keep in mind, this is basically like putting another sealant on top of your coating.
this is a very strong,
It is
Very strong.
tough.
Yeah.
very strong sealant. It is
Tough,
not
tough.
something like you put it on and you don't keep reapplying it.
No.
Yeah.
Like you put it
This is a
on
once a year thing.
and you leave it on for once a you do
Once a year on a coating or off of a coating.
or
You're
on
not.
a non-coated car.
Yeah.
You put it on. Do not continue to put more layers of this product on. There is
You
no
can put
need.
other products
What
on
you would
top of it
do,
if you want.
what you would
but-
do is
yeah,
do
the
weekly
quick
applications
detailer.
of Quick Detailer, and that would give you a 1-2 effect. Now,
Yeah.
this is a polymer sealant, and it is extremely strong to the point that I had to razor blade some of this stuff off the glass on the Suburban when I was testing it. So I put it on, and then I ran it through the car wash 8 times over the course of about 3 months. And I finally, and I left a high spot on the back glass and on the side glass just because I wanted to see if the car wash would remove it. You know, I put other products on and left high spots on purpose to see how long it would last or if it would start to evaporate. And as we all know, glass products that are bonded, that bond to clear coat, do not always bond to glass. So they are a different substrate, and glass is notoriously much easier to have products fail on. So I thought, perfect spot. I'll leave a high spot on the glass. This way I can see it very well. And I ran the car through 8 times, my local car wash with the brushes. You guys probably saw it was when I was doing some of those live videos as I'd run the Suburban through this summer. It didn't come off. I finally used a razor blade to scrape the product off
Reiterate,
off the
stupid tough.
off the glass.
Yeah.
So I would say that
And
this
then I
is
had to polish
something.
it off. But it's not
Yeah.
technically a coating, and it's
No.
not technically an SiO2.
No, it's not marketed like that,
No.
and it's not going to be like that.
It's
but
not going to be
anyways,
marketed that way.
I would be curious to see that in a future torture test for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here we go, going down the road here. So Rectandle says, did you guys get a chance to listen to the Crime Junkie podcast on your road
No,
trip?
we didn't. I downloaded some, but we didn't get to do that. We listened to some lore, and then we listened to a lot of Conan O'Brien Is Your Friend, and we listened to How Did This Get Made? So, which is the movie podcast. So,
I love those guys.
Martin, did you guys see any detailing products at SEMA that made you go, wow, whoa-wows?
It's got
Said wow.
3/4 of whoa right
Yeah,
there. Was,
no,
wow.
that was one. We did make it over to the Rupes booth, said hello to everybody. The Udos machine from Lake Country was there. A full production model. It was pretty dope.
And you guys used it. You said it was
Awesome.
good.
It's a little heavier, but it's actually not as bad as like the old school rotaries and stuff.
Right.
It's actually still really fairly light, but is heavier than a Rupes.
Kyle kept swearing up and down the new Flex. Mini
Pretty
polisher
wicked
was
machine.
Really good
yeah,
too.
Flex had a new mini polisher. We didn't get a chance to play with it.
I completely forgot to mention the Udos earlier. I loved using that. I had a blast, and it was really smooth. I feel really bad because now I'm like looking back. I'm like, how did I forget to mention? I liked it a lot.
I like it too. It'll be rotary, 8mm short throw, and then 12mm long throw, 15mm long throw, and 21mm long throw all in one.
So it's not
pretty
just
wicked.
a gimmick. It'll
Yeah,
actually do
pretty
it.
awesome.
I was
machine.
thrown down on that rotary function, and I was loving life. It was
You laying beads?
super nice.
Picking up beads.
No, I didn't do that because the size of that hood was very small.
It's a hood
It is.
the size
Cool?
of like
Yeah.
this little
I'm
corner
just
here.
slinging polish all over everybody.
Yeah.
Anthony, what are you doing? Sorry, guys. Anyway, Brian G says, in the fast food.
Costco hot dog
Costco
and
hot
drink
dog
combo.
combo is
Yes.
the best deal in fast food.
No,
Change
you're-
your mind.
you're
it
right
is.
about
You're
that.
You're not wrong.
How are
Yeah.
you going to beat $1.50? You
Yeah.
can't. And
I
the
worked-
reason they're
I
able to do
managed-
that, they
I
made their
managed
own
a shop.
factory just for
Yeah.
them.
I managed a shop near there, near our local Costco, and I used to eat a hot dog and a Diet Pepsi every day for $1.50. It was
I
amazing.
mean, if you're on a
Awesome.
budget, it's a killer way to go.
All
So
right.
Rectangle says, weird question. Can you put Woe's wax on top of gloss coat and bead maker, or will that remove the bead maker? So that is a good question. So how we've kind of been describing this is that these waxes are going to be a little bit different, right? And these waxes are going to be meant to be used as traditionally as a wax. And so this would be your first layer of protection on pretty much anything that you would do. So mainly for the fact that your longest lasting product is going to be on first, and you can use toppers. But the interesting part is that, for example, the Malo wax here has such a high amount of gloss enhancers in it, and it's such a good look on its own. You wouldn't necessarily put a topper, and it still has a very low surface tension.
This
and
would
really
be your
good.
topper.
It's like
And-
a show wax.
And then next to that is Contact 121, right, which has all the properties of a long-term wax that you would want, but at the same time, it has such a high contact angle and such low surface tension, it will sheet faster than most coatings on the market. And
Which will surprise some
and
people.
so
when they
you
get their
wouldn't
hands
really
on it.
necessarily want to cover that one up on its own because you already have that layer of protection.
No, it's
So this
awesome.
is where I think simplifying things and going into actually, if you watch Matt Mormon's video the other day, you'll hear me going on a rant on SEMA Day 1, talking about the protection on the protection on the protection on the protection, and talking about how deep we're getting into this level. Whereas this kind of actually brings that back to where you can just use one product, two products, and be more than happy with how this will look and how protected it will be. So, can you put the wax on top? Yes, I'm sure you can. Would I? No, I would love to use these just on their own rather than put a bunch of stuff on them. And I think you'll realize
I'm going to say that if you're going to be, you would put everything else. So if you're using gloss coat or you're using a paint sealant or something, the waxes will be the topper. And then you will maintenance them with quick detailer.
Yeah.
Or in terms of Contact 121, you shouldn't need to maintenance them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you could use Showstopper as a
Yeah.
maintenance if you'd like.
which is a pure
gloss enhancer. So
Yeah.
the key is quick detailer is going to do a lot for you. It's going to be great. It's super slick, provides some protection, all that kind of stuff. And it will help prolong the duration of the waxes on the surface. But realistically, you could go Contact 121 as your main protectant. You could do Malo wax on top,
Yeah.
and then you could do quick
Yeah,
detailer
that'd
or
be a combo.
Showstopper on top of that. Now, if you are going to go with
or
the
you can
Contact
just
121,
do this, and then they can do that. And
really,
then that
you
would
could
be
just do that.
The
an
quick
easy way to
detailer
do
could be
that.
the last thing to touch it. You're going
Or
to get
you can
awesome
do that and that.
hydrophobics out of
The
it.
idea is that, you guys can continue stacking all of this stuff
For
on
all
there.
you crazy stackers
no need
out
for
there.
it.
Eventually, it's just going to be,
You just
it's
have to remember that
too much.
what are you looking for? What do you want? And realistically, your goal is protection and water repellency. So protection, you get it out of crystal sealant. Water repellency, you would get out of Contact 121.
Now, I
So-
just want to note for the folks who are listening to this sometime in the future and can't see the video feed, the waxes in question are paste waxes. That's not something we've actually carried here at the store before, so that's going to be a little new, but we really found the right fit for a paste wax in the lineup.
Yeah.
Brian G, my Optimum clay towel got sticky sometimes and left marks on a vehicle. Any ideas why?
It could be contaminated.
Could be contaminated, could be dried
and then
out, could be old.
Could be dried out. Yeah, the clay could be bad by now. It also depends on which clay towel you're using. If you're using the Gen 1 clay towel, that would absolutely happen.
Yeah, I would
if you're
say
using
get rid of
if
that.
you're using
If
the
it's
Ultra
the
clay
Ultra,
towel,
it should be a little more resilient.
yeah.
Wilson 502, how does that compare to something like Hyperseal?
Let's probably talk about crystal.
So
Different,
crystal,
different.
Hyperseal is totally different.
Different. It's very different.
That's an SiO2 based spray sealant with gloss enhancers.
Yeah, and I've used both, and I've used both a lot.
You used Hyperseal for a long time.
I've gone through 2 or 3 bottles of Hyperseal
Yeah.
on my cars, and Hyperseal is a fantastic product. I love it. Lots of gloss, very, very easy on, very easy off, very similar to OptiSeal. This is a different product.
Yeah.
It is very different.
Yep. So Bait Addict says, not sure I'd be down with masking the coating properties with a sealant, though. What about the quick detailer? I'm still testing to see how Beadmaker alters coating properties, but wanted to know if you guys have tried it on coatings and seen no loss in performance. So, good question, Bait Addict. Basically, this will mimic the coating.
Yeah.
In terms of hydrophobic properties and stuff. What we're saying is Contact 121, the paste wax, will actually exceed the coating's hydrophobic properties.
Yeah.
And anything else currently on the market.
Right.
So fun fact is, Bait Addict, I think you do follow us on Instagram, I would assume. A couple weeks ago, right, I posted a video of me showing the differences between 3 different hydrophobic properties on a black hood, right?
Yep.
And everybody voted on one of them being noticeably faster, right, than the other one. The fastest one was Contact 121.
Fun, we don't have the can out here.
Yeah, I know. I should go get it. But anyways, that if you remember that video, I posted that. It was just a story post, but it is very fast, freakishly fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Guys have tried on coatings. Okay, so Didrik says Martin TRC had the woes product at SEMA. You got it, Didrik. TM Detail says Hans closing. We should meet again ASAP. You guys should.
Good idea.
You guys should. You guys had a blast together. Go do some. What was that place called we stayed at in not London, the UK? Where is the expo at? The center.
Oh, Rico Arena.
The Rico Arena. You guys should go down to the Rico Arena.
No,
go get a couple of drinks.
Yeah,
go do some gambling.
It's because Timo's visiting Patrick in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And
not
Hans is
the
in the
same.
Netherlands. He could come on down.
Whoa,
And cruise
check
in.
that out.
Ah, there we go. Little
So,
Contact 121 action right
For
here.
the folks wanting to see what Contact 121 looks like, there
Dun,
you go.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh, and by the way, like many things in the Wowos lineup, it also smells really
So
good.
I know, actually
Malo
got-
Wax smells like marshmallows. Contact 121 has we call it Sweetie Fresh.
So what it reminds me of. Oh, jeez.
We drop it
Okay,
over
so what it
there.
reminds me of is a little bit of like a.
Swing set.
It's a little
That
orangey.
swing set.
It's a little Japanese candy. It's a little, almost like gummies.
Yeah, it's Sweetie Fresh.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Very good. So that's the stuff right there.
Rectangle says, can't really see it from here, but does the new line have a compound or polish? No.
No.
Hans, TM Details, text me. Maybe we can meet up. Boom. So, Venom, to answer your question, Levi, I let Beadmaker cure, and yes, I know that the first application is more heavy on product, but the deep richness and depth in the paint still wasn't impressive for me. So I did some research, and Sandro from Carcraft Auto Detailing cleared up my own questions with his test results in the same experience I had. A great product for sure. The slickness is up there with the best, and do is the shine. So is the shine. But Beadmaker will product I will sadly not continue to use. No problem,
Hey,
Venom. Just wanted
there's
to
lots of
find
products
out
out there.
Yeah, how you felt on that. Kyle House, the new Flex PXE 80 Mini will detect extra pressure and increase power to prevent it from stalling. 2 new DA attachments, rotary, and 1 3-inch pads. Can't wait for mine to arrive. Already sold my Nano. Boom. Whoa.
Dang, dude.
Shots fired. Bait Addict, I think the big thing is knowing where to draw the line, which is kind of what you mentioned. My goal is trying to figure out is to actually identify whether we are actually seeing coating properties a year in on the 2-year coating, if that's entirely the topper, etc. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And PNS has done third-party testing with a other company to find out what bead maker. So weekly, but they figured out is that weekly use of bead maker on the surface on a coated vehicle will result in a 1.4 month increase in the life of the coating, solely based on 1 year and 4 months, 16 months of increased protection. So if you have a 2-year coating and you're using bead maker at every wash as a drying aid, you're doing a weekly application, that coating is showing that it is still good after that 2-year mark by an extra 16 months.
Yeah.
So
it was
is
a really
actually
very interesting
saving the paint. And that is something that if you went to the Obsessed Garage event, Bob and Dave brought all those findings and showed them to everybody. Pretty impressive testing for that. So, and that was done not only in real world testing, but also in a weather chamber that the guy did it out of. So microscopically measured all that. It was pretty ridiculous, but pretty cool to see. Didrik, tried out the yellow Wowo's wax I got in Coventry at six car this summer. All the owners was very satisfied with the result.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, did it on 6 cars this summer.
Yeah.
Yep. Didrik got some of the product when we were at a wax stock.
Yeah.
Was it it wasn't the same stuff.
It was
though,
mallow.
was it? Oh, it was mallow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he used mallow wax.
I was going to say, because with the revamp of the
smells so
lineup,
good.
a lot of those people haven't had a chance to use this yet.
No,
so.
Didrik, we got him some samples
Yeah,
before he left
okay.
wax stock. You smell that?
I do. I love it.
Oh.
Bait Addict says, or if toppers are actually making the properties slightly worse, and we don't notice as we're applying the entire car, hence why I applied bead maker to just the door and my brother's car to test. No, so I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
That topic's been going around on the Facebook groups and stuff, too. I've seen that.
And that's why I cycle through. I'm not, so how do I say this? I have OptiCoat Pro Plus on the Evo. Yes, I know you guys are going to say, well, you don't drive it, Anthony. I whatever, right? I still wash the damn thing, right?
Yeah.
But I am not doing bead maker every single wash. I am not using a topper every single wash. Mainly for the fact that it doesn't need it, right? So what I use is something that's really simple. I use OptiClean, right? I use waterless wash. I use products that don't necessarily have protectants in it that aren't going to change the level of protection if I still want to retain the properties of that coating. Like OptiClean, for example, isn't going to change the properties of the coating, right? It's going to change the surface tension for that period of time, allow it to be slicker and smoother during the drying process, right? But I'm still going to have the properties of the coating, right? Now, if I were to top with bead maker, that would change a little bit, but I still like the way bead maker looks and feels, and so forth. It just is a rabbit hole of stuff.
Yeah.
First, it also depends on the person because most of the coatings that people put on their car, you got to understand. When I got into coatings, the biggest question you still got from people was, "Can I put wax on it?"
Yeah.
Because there's still guys that or folks that still want to go out and wax their car.
Yeah.
And a number of the coating companies, when they first came out, this was probably 7 years ago, were saying no.
Wax is dead.
No, not even that. They were just saying don't put anything on the coating, period.
The coatings weren't strong enough.
You weren't able to do anything.
They're
couldn't.
afraid
They
of
just
anything
said,
being
like,
done to it.
don't put anything on the coating. You can't touch it. And that was what drew me originally to Optimum. When I asked, can I put something on the coating? And they said, yeah, it's totally fine. You can put whatever you want on top of the coating. Coating's still going to be there. Just know that you're going to change the hydrophobic properties of the coating.
In retrospect, it makes perfect sense.
Very simple. And it said, if you want to put a Carnauba paste wax on, go for it. Put it on. But you've now lost the hydrophobic properties of the coating, and now what you've gained is the hydrophobic properties of the wax, which is totally different. They said, if you want to put a paint sealant on, or if you want to put a coating, then a paint sealant, then a wax, that's fine. But what you're getting at the very end is always going to be the final product that's sitting on top. That's the hydrophobic properties you're going to receive.
Yeah.
And whatever products you're putting on, you are now protecting that coating.
Yeah, and
So
that's
the coating,
the reason you do that.
Yeah, so you've got a color coat on your car. So you've got primer, color, then you have a clear coat. The clear coat is there to protect the color, right?
Yep.
And we put waxes and sealants over the clear to protect the clear.
Yep.
That thereby protects the color.
Yep.
We developed coatings to become that sacrificial layer to protect the clear coat.
It's basically, at the end of the day, you're just trying to keep the paint on your car from falling off.
It is because
That's what you're doing.
manufacturers use less and less clear
Yeah.
on their vehicles. And so the level that we're at now, if you're putting sealants and waxes on your ceramic coating, you are in that great region where you are doing no harm to your vehicle whatsoever.
Yeah, you're not hurting
You're
anything.
protecting everything. You got to think of a coating kind of like a vinyl wrap. The original paint's still underneath.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do is protect all that, and then you're just putting protection to protect the coating.
Right.
So you can get more life out of that coating. Some coatings will benefit from that. Others kind of shortens their life, or other stuff happens with them. So these are coating safe. They're all going to be fine for it. They're not going to hurt anything. Realistically, this allows you to put something on the coating that maybe you like. Maybe you like the smell of mallow wax in your garage and you want to have it on there, but you have a coated car.
We thought marshmallows
You're
was
not
kind
gonna
of
hurt
a fun,
anything.
unique
Yeah.
smell. I
Yep.
mean,
So
so there's
all
a
right.
few things
So
we got to power through here.
this
at
is
the
the
end.
last word at the bottom.
Yeah.
Brian G says it was the Ultra. It's ruined now due to contact with optimum
Ivan
tar.
did warn me about that specifically. Yeah, the clay towels don't like tar, and the big red sponge does not like tar.
Yeah,
So those are
dang,
things to
dude.
look out with.
Venom 96600 says Levi. What has he said?
I looked up all day Anthony and can't believe Anthony had his Honda broken into. I'm sorry, Anthony.
Don't worry, guys. This wasn't recent. This happened actually kind of a while ago.
That
so.
sucks for that guy,
Yeah,
man.
it's a bummer.
I would hate if I had my Honda broken into.
Shmi 150 at the TRC booth, says Danny
Yes, he
Israel.
was.
Yeah, he stopped by to say hello. Bait Addict didn't get a chance to hear your last answer. Have a meeting, but we'll definitely watch the last bit for both my Satans. Have a great weekend, crew. Wallace or Dane. Good luck with the beard. Wilson 502. Thanks for the response, guys. I might have to check out Hyperseal once I run out of OptiSeal, as it works on uncoated cars as well as coated cars. Yep. Didrick, Anthony, that Wowo's product you told me smelled like bubblegum, and both me and Levi thought we smelled something else. What was that, and what does it really smell like? So, Didrick, the smell of the Quick Detailer
Yeah, you're probably thinking of
is
that.
apple and pear. That's the scent that has been devised, but it's fun to see how many people think it smells like bubblegum.
When combined, so many people seem to think it's bubblegum, and it's not.
Yeah. So, but it does have a bubble. A lot of people smell what they smell.
seem to
So,
imagine
but the
that,
goal
so.
was apple and pear.
Yes.
Hans Closen, will there be any videos on how to use the Wowo products on the TRC YouTube channel? Yes. Wilson 502, I have another question. Does something like Optimum Instant Detailer and Gloss Enhancer enhance the protection of the wax or sealants that's on the car? Yes, but only for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not a long
It doesn't
time.
have a very long lifespan. I.e., if OCW and OptiSeal are already on the car. Yes, because you've got a OptiSeal 9 months, Optimum Car Wax 5 months, and then you've got Gloss Enhancer on top of that. It's about 2 weeks. So, Venom 9600, the Nova series in Australia is the greatest spray-on coating that actually mimics or exceeds an actual coating I've ever used or seen. Nice. Luke, I can't wait to foam those Wowo's products on myself, top to bottom.
I'd imagine that.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Venom. We have Venom 96600 says I also use Jesscar PowerLock Plus as an industry standard for how easy a coating or any type of protection should be easy to remove. We are at a time where this kind of ease of use should be a standard. Soft 99 Fuso coat is by far the most impressive wax that replicates a ceramic.
Yep, pretty sweet. And then Rectangle, I heard a famous YouTuber called All Day Anthony stop by the TRC booth. A lot of famous YouTubers stopped by the booth to visit. All Day
Quite a
Anthony
few.
did make an appearance. That was pretty cool to see him.
Yep.
He didn't want his face shown, which we thought was kind of weird. He's
No.
kinda
Yeah,
that
like
is weird.
Chris
Yeah.
Fix in that
No,
way.
Yeah,
why
Chris
he's-
Fix took his helmet
Yeah,
off and
Chris-
talked to
Chris-
us.
Yeah.
Chris Fix was also at our booth.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So we had a lot of folks. Shmi, Car Gears and Gasoline, or who else stopped by?
Vehicle Virgin.
Those guys were there
Vehicle
last year.
Virgins,
Had the straight pipes.
Summit Auto Lab.
Straight Pipes, Summit Auto Lab.
We had your friend from
Stradman.
what's it called?
We had the Stradman stop by. We had Rutledge Wood from Hyperdrive stop by to check
such
out
a
the car and
nice
say
guy.
hello. Said hello to me and knew my name.
Yeah,
so
that
was
was
very
cool.
nice. And then we had a friend, Jonathan Ward of Icon 4x4. He swung by.
Love that guy's work.
That was great. And we had a ton of awesome. We had obviously Tavarish in the booth hanging out.
Naturally.
Matt from Obsessed Garage swung by. We had a lot of folks. It was really great. It was fun to see all these people swing by the booth, say hello, check it out.
More questions.
All right. Rectangle. Oh, Wilson. Thanks, guys. Typically, I do weekly or bi-weekly washes with O&R Wash and Wax. So 2 weeks should be fine. Yep. Luke Berge. Does Wowo's car shampoo foam better than Optimum's car soap? Yes.
I was like being cryptic. No, you're gonna.
It's a nice foam. You'll like it. You'll like it a lot, dude. You'll like it a lot.
It's kind of like it's not better. It's just different.
Yeah. Anthony had a lot of input
it's not
in
better.
how this
You're
product
right. It's
behaves.
not better. It's just different.
We'll put
this
it that
is
way.
more of a stackable foam. Is a weird way to say that.
Yeah,
but
you
it
could
does
put more
actually
of it on
stack
itself,
on itself. It's
and
pretty
it works.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of the neat effect of it. It builds foam on foam on foam.
So if you're looking to make a show, it's a great way to do that.
Rectangle says, "Wow, can't wait for the Chris Fix and All Day Anthony collab. Probably going to talk about some sweet Honda stuff." Is my guess.
For like 2 seconds, it's appearing in the travel vlog I'm working on currently. Yeah, sorry, Luke. I actually skipped the East Coast travel vlog. Went right on to SEMA.
Completely. Yeah.
I got Tim working on the East Coast one, amongst other things.
Dude, man, bro sauce. We need the Beefcake Anthony story one of these days.
Beefcake Anthony.
I think there's a picture
The
out
old
there.
days. The old days.
Back when you used to just walk around shirtless at,
Yeah.
I think bodybuilding.com is where you worked. That was back when you could. They didn't have a dress code. If you were lifting weights, you didn't have to have a shirt on or something
Well,
like
I
that.
hear he really let himself go. He looks something like this now.
Oh, my goodness.
Venom96600 says, later, guys. Gotta go. Get some rest, all of you, especially you, Ferret Hunter. Yoshi says, barely caught the tail end of this week's podcast. Welcome back, y'all. Are they going to any new collabs after this year's SEMA?
Oh, man.
Definitely a lot of collabs.
There's
coming
always
up.
something.
Obviously, the brands don't know about it yet, but the collabs are in the works as usual.
Way to go.
Yeah. Travelog never heard of it, says Rectangle. And Martin Carlson says, does foaming a car do anything other than look cool?
Important question.
Lubrication. Provides lubrication
provides
for the
lubrication and can help break down dirt and soilage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
cool, guys. Well, this has been fantastic.
It has.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look at all these people. Thanks for another great podcast. I feel sorry for Morgan. Can never get a word in with the three of you. It's all right. She's used to it.
Yeah.
Rectangle. Hey, Dane, end of the live Q&A with a self-plug.
Yeah, Dane, follow you at the
no.
what's it called?
At Great Dane
Dane's-
Films, GR8. You can find me on there if you want to follow me on Instagram.
I think he was
appreciate
saying it
that.
as a joke, and he actually
And
did it.
I'm gonna take that.
He
You know what?
actually did it.
I'm gonna take it because when they put it out there,
This
I'm
is
not
my
just gonna let it
chance.
float by.
Yeah.
So once again,
Dane, that was a trap.
DANE.
That was
Films.
a trap.
I can't wait till we get
You
the
fell in the
Great
trap.
Dane merchandise.
Oh no, it's not a trap.
It was a trap.
It's
available.
a plug.
No.
and it's happening.
It's a
right
trap.
now.
Pick up your hats and
Help.
shirts at
Yes.
Great Dane Films.
Oh, but see, that's the thing. I don't sell out. I don't cash in. It's just I just want you to see the pictures I take and chat. And
I like that,
That's
Dane.
cool. So,
All right.
fine.
Well, that's about all I
Little
can handle
behind the
for the
scenes
day.
for you.
So
there you go.
All right, guys.
White rice, email me, Levi at theragcompany.com, and we'll fill you in on the rest of the Wowo's brand
Ba-boom.
for that kind of stuff for mobile guys. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Martin,
So-
good night.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And until next week, this is us saying adios.
See ya. Dane, have you been drinking that protein shake? Yep. It was in the Suburban. It's been sitting warm in the Suburban.
hot
fridge.
Yeah, but do you